Hello, everyone, and welcome to Countless Heroes, that crazy 16-player West Marches-style campaign where I, Logan, take on 6 of my players at a time. Hello, players!
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
Logan.
I've taken
And hello
lip syncing.
Okay, and hello to our wonderful audience, including our raid that just came through. Thank you very much for that. From Soul Bear RPG. I was looking at all of the people playing D&D tonight. There's like 100 different shows streaming right now. So thank you guys for choosing us. Really appreciate that. You guys are amazing.
Lark's not even here to appreciate the Soul Bear.
Right?
Darn it.
Or Oshin.
Where
What
are
a
you when we
good
need
baby.
Where are you when we need you?
Look at that good baby in the chat. What a good baby.
Oh, the bear emoji? It is
Yes,
quite lovely.
I love
Good job.
What
is
a
very
very good emoji. As someone who loves bears, that is a very good
You said the word baby, and I immediately started panicking and looking around.
Oh!
So what are we doing tonight, Logan?
Well, same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Me getting ready
Try
to
to
come
take over the world.
Try to
kill
take
all
over the world!
DBs.
I appreciated that so fucking much.
GB's not here. I'm sad that it's a Friday and GB's not here. That's okay. We got a Connor instead. That's awesome.
I never play
We get
Friday.
a
This is
Connor!
weird.
We do get a
We got
Connor.
a Connor and a Nathan and a Pip and a Sildana and a Primeheart and a Syl. So
We
many
have Syl and Connor.
choices.
I'm so happy. We haven't seen either
Logan,
of them in
Did you notice that on Twitter, GB established a new NPC that I am absolutely enamored with?
Nope.
It's an old lady that that feeds him every week. Like, I think she doesn't realize he's completely self-sufficient, and he just
And he just goes with
yeah. I'll just
yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, that sounds like
That is
cheesy.
very sad. I don't like that actually. I don't.
Oh, you made a friend.
Okay. It's very sweet. So, since we are working on our new format, meaning that we're going to be playing for 3 hours straight, as opposed to doing a 4-hour with a 20 to 30 minute break and then a 20 to 30 minute ad roll, because we can't stop talking about our sponsors. We're going to talk very quickly about our sponsors. First off, let's talk about World Anvil, the most robust of world building and campaign management softwares that exist on the internet today. How do I know? They have 200,000 active users. That is, yes, right there. Yes, right there. That is, and then what? Right, and then and then we go to the website, the Anvil. I got the Anvil.
Sounds like banana.
3 syllables?
Oh, it was a world, and then
love you, Gabby. Thank you.
so
for that.
early, so early. So please go check out worldanvil.com. Take a look around. It is 99% completely free to use. There's no reason not to use it. It was originally designed to be software for the creator's wife to write her novel. Worldanvil.com, that is correct. But he realized he could use it for his campaign as well, and then he built it for the world, literally. And it is amazing. So go take a look at worldanvil.com. Secondly, let's talk about Die Hard Dice. Die Hard Dice is incredible, and I had a chance to talk with Todd, the owner of Die Hard Dice, today. He is just an awesome dude. They have so many new sets, new colorways coming out. He gave me a little sneak peek of a bunch of things I can't even talk about. I happen to know that there are dozens of new dice all coming through production right now that they are waiting to be putting out, and they're going to be going through testing phase right now. They're looking at colors and making sure things look as good as they can, because they go through several steps before they ever release a set. And that's what they're doing right now. They're doing that quality control to make sure that all of their dice come out top notch. So go to dieharddice.com. You can use the coupon code Countless Heroes for 15% off your first or next order. You're going to use it once and once only. All right. Those are our sponsors.
And who do we support?
Well, we usually talk about that at the end, but that's okay.
Oh,
Nerdsmith.org is the network that we're a part of. It's all right. Nerdsmith.org is the network we're a part of. You go take a look at all the amazing shows over at nerdsmith.org. You can even sign up to be a donor over there or a sponsor. You can do it here too. Subscribe right above us if you'd like. But either way that you subscribe, all of the artist proceeds that come through, which is the vast majority of the money that you give us, goes directly to thetrevorproject.org. If you're not familiar with the Trevor Project, you can go to trevorproject.org to get more information.
You're having too much fun with that whiteboard, aren't you, Ange?
Well, here's the
I think it's
problem
working
is
great.
the problem is I meant to be writing all of my combat notes on this, so I remember like I can do this, I can do that, and then we just started doing the intro, and I never got around to writing
A lot
that
of fun.
important stuff.
And now it's
So
and now
that
it's
was the intro. Let us do a very quick. Let us do a very quick recap of last night, and then we will move on. And thank you all the new people who are here. And if you're sticking around, this is our 143rd episode, I think. So there's a lot to take in, but every episode can be enjoyed. We promise. Who was here yesterday that would like to recap? Sure, you guys can split it up. Let's start with Nathan a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, sure. So, I only really remember the second half, so take it away, Primeheart.
Okay. So the party, Callie, Primeheart, Oshin, Mari, Nathan, and Owen. Yep. Open the hack bag as they do every single day. This bag they took off of a hag, surprising enough. On it, Primeheart had pulled out this magical shield that resists the damage from ranged weapon attacks, which is pretty good because Owen was messed up, I believe, the previous day by ranged attacks. The party had then, specifically Callie used legend lore on the Dragon Mother, found out some information on the 12 stones that dot the Lamina Island that the party is on. Found out that the entity that we're trying to avoid getting more powerful uses this thing as a weapon. The party then made their way to the last remaining stone that they found out about, which was hidden as it should have been. And we discovered that there was an area of the forest that was duplicated or replicated. Really, there's multiple different of the same kind of thing. We had serious trouble getting through that and trying to find the hidden obelisk within, using any spell that we had at our disposal. Eventually, either the entity was able to, or was tired from running away from us, or otherwise the party had come across a clearing with a little wind-up box in it, and as they unwound it, a little spring came out and a little card in the end, which was the rogue card from the potential deck of many things, as the party is slowly collecting these cards because for some reason we want to do that.
I do believe also that your party understood and was told that this entity has been able to protect this obelisk from the gods themselves, and even they couldn't find it. So
I can cut it if you'd like.
Yeah.
It was not meant to be easy by any degree.
Yeah,
we understood. Okay, go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, so after we do that, the party starts becoming very divided on what to do next. Half of us are like, we should just go back. There's nothing else more for us here. We can't find what we're looking for. And amongst all the arguments and the rising heat of mostly Nathan getting annoyed because he needs to chill, Mari ends up going off by herself and taking out the ring that the Queen of the Winter Court gave to her. And invoking her favor, which she gained forever ago from the Queen of the Winter Court. And upon being summoned, only Mari could see her, and it was this black expanse around her. And from the darkness, the Queen approached and basically said, "Hey, so you finally want your face back?" Which, of course, Mari told none of us. Mari repeatedly refused that offer, saying that they needed help finding the obelisk and the creature that is guarding the obelisk. And after a great deal of no, I insist on doing this, the Queen gives her that request, but doesn't let her keep the ring in case she wants to go back and change her mind. Then, upon that happening, an entity is revealed to us, a little fawn in a blue tuxedo, who introduces himself as Firestarter. which was very, very wonderful. He has a weird voice, and he's very good, and I just very much love him. Sorry, I'm getting misty. So we end up talking with him, and he is very not reluctant, but he's more confused as to why we would want to know where the obelisk is, because he knows that we all have things we want more than that, and we all have wants that aren't that. And I'm losing train of. Sorry, ADHD brain is kicking in full gear right now, my kids. We end up telling him that no, we need to find the obelisk. Well, even though he can protect it better, we need to know where it is in order to prevent basically the Baba Yaga from coming back. And the old gods, or the old gods rising. The bad dudes, the dudes we do not want to come back, because if that happens, then all of the Nakosta will no longer exist and be absorbed into the entity known as the Baba Yaga, which means Mari, our resident Nakosta, would be no more. He gives us the opportunity to go home. We turn him down, and his requirement for giving us what we need to know is that Mari needs to. A willing Nakosta needs to give up their ties to being a Nakosta, turning them into whatever form they are currently taking. Mari looking like a Tabaxi, and for example, Jastra looking like a high elf. Speaking of Jastra, we turn him to her because Mari refused to let go of the fact that she is a Nakosta, despite being offered him returning her to her old human form. So after the deal is struck. Zach, feel free to take this from me at any point. My brain is like half speed right now.
To gain permission for Yvris Firestarter to be able to go and talk to Jastra, some sendings were sent, as they usually are. Primeheart tried first, but he don't word good. But it's okay, because Owen, who word good, did so, and was able to get permission. And as Firestarter vanished, 3 hours went by of the party just chilling. And coming back, Firestarter asked for Oshin's child because it was part of the deal. Oshin told Firestarter where to find the child, and they got Elark to take Glitter, the awakened kitten, out of the hallow spell that makes Fae not allowed within, out of that ring, and Glitter was brought to the group, and the kitten was handed over to Jastra through a portal. Not sure how many of the party really wanted to jump through that portal, but Primeheart did, and Primeheart noticed that Oshin definitely did, and Primeheart had consoled Oshin because he understood, how Oshin felt, and as the deal was struck, all was well, and then Firestarter began to kind of get into Mari's face a little bit, interested at how far Mari would go to the conviction, offering a single gold coin for the information, or for her Nakosta-ness, I believe.
No.
Or
No,
just
it
asked for a
wasn't.
single gold coin to turn her back into a human-shaped
right.
Nakosta,
That's what it was. Okay.
and she still refused.
She refused. He then offered Mari a golden apple, which she took. So she has that. And the obelisk was opened to the party. The party then used all these spells they had at their disposal, put it into the obelisk, and were blown back as the obelisk was activated. And with the knowledge that the obelisk would be blocked from view from anyone for 24 hours, the party began to make their way back to the camp. There they met a gruff mage, Nerfherder, named Horace, who had said that something was fixed, that the magic was working better, and teleportation was possible within the island, not outside of the island just yet. And as everyone made their way back into the magnificent mansion, Owen separated from the party. When he was alone, he descending to Ashton Avery, one of his fathers, and just shared a sentiment in the sending before heading back to the mansion for a deep rest in expectation for today, for whatever we're going to do. And that's pretty much where the episode ended.
All right. Oh, did we talk about Frau bringing a crone here?
Frau did bring
Right.
a crone. Frau did bring a crone. Yes, she did.
Yes, and taught
Yes.
Taught Mari how to do the
Mari how to
roasting.
do the way of the noodle.
Which allows
So
us
now-
to move 3 times as fast on the island, and we are not
Overland travel only.
Yeah, overland travel only. And we are not impeded by the forest's natural way. We are able to noodle good
We can
and
noodle.
get
He's jealous.
so far.
Also,
So what actually happens is you don't actually noodle the brush and things move in part sides. Even the animals stop to hindering you, and as you move through, it's almost like moving on a walking move way with in the direction that it's going. The moving sidewalk. The branches and brush and things actually just help launch and propel you forward through the jungle.
I
And
like
this,
moving walk away better than walking move way.
I agree. But previously, Primard had found this piece of air shale that was apparently connected to the Dragon Mother. Piece of air shale that initially just kind of sent him into a frenzy to get it to the center of the island as quickly as possible. But he had put it away into his bag of holding. But as the final obelisk was activated, it was humming even through the bag of holding, resonating with whatever was happening on the island, whatever that means.
And it's never stopped.
Is it vibrating or just humming?
If you take it out, it's vibrating, but then we have to make that check.
Yeah. Okay.
Not like sitting there like it's not doing that.
Can really carry a tune.
Answer your damn phone, Prime Heart.
All right.
Foley work. I put too much honey in my.
No such thing.
It's as sweet as you.
Oh.
Yeah, that was cheesy,
Maybe
Suey.
And then anyone who meets me IRL is like, that's a damn lie.
Caden looked like he threw up in his mouth a little bit there. Sorry, I should have waited till you'd finished
Nope,
drinking.
nope. Thanks,
So-
I almost sharded fucking. That's not
You
the.
almost
That's not
farted
the
out of your
word.
mouth?
You
Is
did
that
not.
what you just said?
That is not the word I was
What
looking
you
for.
just said to me?
But alas, that is the word that came out. Woo! Today's gonna be fun, you.
Hag back.
Show of hands. Who has not pulled from the hag bag?
Looks at
As
Connor
if I
pointedly.
didn't know. Connor. So the group brings over a bag to you. This bag looks like it may have been attached in some sort of flesh way to some creature at one point. Like literally attached to the back of some. There are dried, crusty pieces of things attached to the outside, like almost like they're permanently attached. They look kind of like fried tomatoes, but larger. And then they just hand you the bag.
I was about to eat. Logan.
Pip, have you been in the kitchen again?
Oh no, no. You pull from the bag. It's fine. It's fine.
Well,
I don't know if fine would be the
can
right
be
word
fine.
for that,
My pull was amazing, and Cell pulls out a bottle with a thumb in it or a toe. I don't remember if it was
yeah,
a
it's a
big
toe.
or
That's-
It's a toe.
that's-
It's a big
Petrified
toe.
orc toe, right?
pretty great.
but that's literally the grossest thing ever.
Not the
I
worst
got an
I've
entire
seen.
skeleton, so have at it.
Okay then, Nathan doesn't get to drink a potion.
You know, I really would want to,
Potion.
regardless. Not gonna lie.
You didn't even ask what
Don't
kind.
think I- What kind of potion is it, Sil?
If
Do you even know?
Yeah.
What kind is?
Health potion of varying potency.
I love the conviction you
So-
said that.
There.
So speaking of varying potency, while they're all bickering, Connor rolls up his sleeve and reaches into the bag.
Roll me a
Saldana's
percentile,
keeping
please.
an eye. Saldana's making sure nothing happens to him.
Oh, you can only after the fact try to resolve something. You can't prevent
I
the bad thing.
know.
You can't prevent the bad thing. I love that line. It's a good line.
Saldana's anthem.
That's only because I love you so much. I torture you because I love you.
I don't
You
like
signed
that.
up for it. I mean, you literally signed up for it.
Yeah.
You often beg for
It is
it.
consensual.
I mean,
it's true.
you're a little bit of a masochist, I think.
Say hello to any D&D
Everyone who plays in
player
my
ever.
games is a little bit of a masochist.
Welcome to D&D.
Like, yeah, welcome to D&D. All right, Connor, give me a percentile.
Where your kinks are put on display.
I think that's just you.
76.
Called out. 76. Let's make sure we haven't gotten that
What
one
a
already.
terrible Bethesda game.
Sit down.
Oh,
Connor.
interesting. So Connor, as you reach into the bag, you feel something hard and wrapped in leather.
Speaking of variable
Um,
potency.
Your hand,
Go on.
it fits perfectly in your hand, almost like the handle of whatever this is curved specifically for your grip. Your thumb and your index finger rest up against something soft and padded. As you slowly start to pull a rapier out of the bag.
Well, I'll be damned.
Oh,
It is
I told you there was cool stuff.
it is extremely lightweight, very easy to use. It is I guess technically it's a little bit more like almost like a saber. It's a little bladed, very thin though, thinner than as thin as a foil, but
Rapiers can be bladed.
Or a rapier.
Rapiers.
I thought they were piercing
Nope.
only. I guess they-
There's different kinds of rapiers, technically speaking, in
Um,
actual history. Never mind, just ignore.
Anyway, so it seems extremely lighter than you would expect, and it's extremely it's beautiful. It's simple. The metal has a yellowish tint to it, just a very light tint. It looks mostly silver, but it seems on the just the yellowish
sheen
side of
almost?
silver. Yeah.
He'll give a couple of waves around and kind of test the balance and the weight of it.
It's perfectly balanced.
Woo! Do you want me to see if it's magical
It's all
in any
pink.
way?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Saldana will ritual cast identify on the sword, because why not? We know what.
I mean, tell me,
the
do
heck-
you often pull totally normal swords out of bags like this?
We've pulled very strange items from the bag. Trust me, we'll want to identify this just in case.
Pip pulled a bug out of the bag.
Yeah, that didn't go very well, did
It was good for team building. Aren't you casting Identify? Why are you sassing, Pip? Concentrate on your ritual, please.
I was
I-
concentrating
alright.
on the sass. I bit my tongue.
I'm
while
going
I
back
said
to my
that.
stuff.
I think I
I'll go
deserve
back to
that.
concentration. I love you all. You're horrible.
So, Pip, how's Frau doing?
Tending to all of the babies back at their camp. There are so many babies.
I really want to meet all the babies.
They... Pip forgot how rambunctious kids are.
All the chirping.
And the constant duking all the time whenever they are excited. And they are trying to learn the dances and they cannot dance. And it is very funny to watch them flop and flail and do their little squiggles.
That sounds
and
like literally the cutest possible thing you can experience.
one would think.
All right, Connor,
That's
as
a
you're
man
playing,
who's seen things.
as you give it over to Saldana, and Saldana starts to identify it. Saldana, this is a let me see. Hold on, what was I calling it? It is called Quicksilver. It is a rapier of speed and lightning. So every time you take the attack action, Connor, you may take one extra attack. It also does a d6 of lightning damage. It is also, in addition to all of that, a plus 2 weapon.
Hey, I want it. Kit wants it, not Nathan.
Yeah.
I
It's
want
shockingly beautiful. Sorry. Sultana is gonna great. Yeah, I know.
it. That was met
I
with
was
thunderous
gabbing.
applause.
Sultana hands it back to Connor. I think you might get a bit more use out of this than I could.
You said it's called
And she
Quicksilver.
explains what it is.
You're a real beauty. You and I could be really good friends, I could tell. Oh, and the sword,
Seems to match your
and the
silver
sword's,
tie.
and the sword's nice too.
Hey. I don't know if that was directed at me or not.
Probably.
Better have been.
She looks like genuinely confused.
I missed what was said, so I'm not going to say anything.
All right then. What is the plan for today then?
Well,
What happened was it was interesting.
looks like we're probably going to have to fight. You know, Butter the Baba Yoga today. But
Awesome.
Oh, I expected that.
that's fun. Yeah, it's going to be real fun, you guys. It's going to be real good team building exercise.
I've just been sitting around, and Syl pulls out like a mud sculpture in her hand. That's just like one of the Goa kid heads that she's been designing. There's so many of these in the mansion.
I'm glad
I
you're
hit
planning
some-
for them.
I need to hit something, Nathan. I need to hit something.
We're gonna hit. He's gonna go over and he's gonna hold her shoulders and goes, "We're gonna hit something real hard."
Okay, good.
I'm proud of you though. They're looking good.
Yeah, I'm getting eyebrows down. They had kind of wonky ones for a little while. I don't want them to look confused all the time.
So
Like
me.
me. Oh, I was gonna say, or me. I just look concerned and or angry all the time. I just kind of have a resting bitch face. So do you though, Saldana.
Is the
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Mm.
I have no horse in this race. And
Nathan's gonna just kind of put a real puts an arm around Saldana and kind of fluffs her hair and kind of pulls back.
Not quite sure what just happened there, but I think it's time for us to prepare whatever the fuck we're going to do.
yes. Yes.
You good, Pip?
Yes.
Are you- Oh.
Pip is not sure what to expect when we go on the island. He's very dangerous lately, so we should be prepared if we can be prepared, like potions and, you know,
No, I'm 100% agree. She gets
grabbing
many.
extra healers. Maybe Pip can strap Callie to his back and carry her with us.
Uh,
And- No.
Well, that would be amazing.
I mean,
Not your best day.
I could at least I can bolster all of us at the expense of some of my. Well, Primeheart, do you have aid prepared?
No.
I could cast it twice at a more powerful than usually I need to use. That way we can all have a bit more of a buffer.
No. Save it for the squishies.
Yeah,
I am one of
I'm
the
feeling good.
I'm a little offended that I'm assuming you mean me.
Oh no, Nathan, you and I were obviously the most obvious candidates within this group.
No, look, points at Connor.
Oh, probably him too, unless Primeheart wants it.
Listen.
Well,
Connor and I are both humans. It's
Yes.
about as squishy as you can.
No.
I don't
yes,
think
and I'm
so.
100-year-old elf.
I was trying to make a joke. Considering Primeheart's skin is a
Very
lot
good.
thicker because, he's a part stone giant, Goliath's a thicker skin and Seal's literally made out of
Saldana's gonna cast aid at we'll do 3rd level on herself, Nathan, and Connor. So for the next 10 hours, the 3 of us have 10 hit points added to our max.
All right.
Because gotta keep those squishies up.
Gotta keep those squishies up.
That's a quote.
Apparently I was not full rested for some goddamn reason. Hold on.
I'm at triple digits now.
I was gonna say I'm almost at 120 HP now.
Logan,
I am
Um,
literally 93.
Logan, there's Syl hasn't done this in a very long time, but just so you know, while they're all spending time, Syl spends some time in the morning attuning with her air shield. And the eye symbol, like, it starts shifting into like a fist, and it's a +1 adamantine shield today.
All right.
Nice.
What?
My shield's made of air shield, and I can make it do stuff, but I can do all the stuff it gave me. I can do it on my own, so I thought I'd do something new today.
That's really cool.
I thought so.
That's really.
Am
all
I
have
also?
to
I think he's
prepare.
shown the squishiest person here. He
Probably.
says at his great glaring 93 max hit point.
So, where are we heading?
Wait, hold on. How much extra?
10. Because I did it at 3rd level. So you, me, and Connor got 10 added to our max.
It looks like we need to go to the middle of.
Lovely.
Okay, so who are we using to teleport us? Who do we talk to about this?
Who do we talk to, DM?
I remember there was a man named Horace, but that's all I remember about the name is that he's magic and his
Well,
name
that'll
is
be good enough.
I talked to.
Hey! You can go talk to Horace. Let's go talk to Horace. Cool. He's gonna start heading off to.
Yep.
All right. Such enthusiasm.
He is stressed out. Leave him alone.
So you guys head off, or some of you do, and find Horace. He's just off working. He's one of the Maidrites from the crew. Yes, can I help you?
Don't.
Kyle.
I was. What?
What doesn't he do?
No. Share with the class, Kyle.
Because Pip doesn't understand puns. I've twice now almost said something in character. I've had to say it in active play on Discord. I just said that I need to talk to a man, or I once talked to a man about a horse. It was funnier in text.
It was funnier if you'd been able to say it when you wanted to. If you'd like to hear all of Kyle's puns unfiltered, please join us for Shenanigans. Starting
Which
on
his character
Tuesday.
doesn't have this problem.
No filters on that character.
And yet
none.
he still makes puns as Pip. And yeah, he still makes puns as Pip.
But it's a
deals
lot
in-
less.
But he deals in like an extra layer here where it's like Pip doesn't know he's making a joke. It's very
Oh no,
Very
Kyle does!
long
Kyle
has
is keenly
gotta go.
it's a very nuanced performance.
And if you'd like to see Mike sleeping with somebody else's mother, please come and check out Shenanigans.
They had
and-
pasta dinner one time, Logan.
Oh
Is
my
that what
god,
they're
I
calling
don't
it
even...
these days? All right, sorry, that was my fault.
What the fuck?
So you go
somebody
find
else
Horace.
went noodling.
Somebody else went noodling. All right.
He just wants to. It's fine.
Yeah, I think he just wants to.
Um,
Can't wait. I'm so glad that conversation never happened on the podcast, so we get to watch your faces when it happens.
Anyway, let's not talk about other shows while we're doing this show, though, until we're ready to.
I was trying not to, but I'm bad at it.
Yeah, I know.
So you go and talk to Horace. This gentleman, I didn't think I really described.
God, if he was a Hawk era croaker, that would literally make...
No, he was human.
Damn it.
I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of humans in my game. They're freaking rare as heck. All right.
Mine is mainly for the Egyptian mythology. Horus,
Hey.
Hawk, Falcon, not Hawk. No.
Glad we settled that.
So we're gonna go see this guy named
Falkland.
Horace.
So you go talk to this guy named Horace. As you approach, he looks up. Oh, is it time already? Are we leaving?
Yeah.
All right, I am prepared to. I think
Glad
that
you
I
are.
have. I think that I can make it work by choosing the center of the island as my point.
Cool.
We should
It seems
probably...
to be a known place, something that everybody seems to choose as the same point.
Give me...
If I had something that has been there, it would be even better. But
We have some... just one second. He's gonna turn to the party. Do we need potion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we go get potion?
I would
Always.
probably would have.
Can we go find the quartermaster in like a
Yeah,
say we got
what do you guys
potions
need?
today?
They're running out, but yeah.
This seems important.
How many?
Yeah.
How many guys are you looking to get?
Acquisition.
We probably. Oh, who really needs potions? I probably will be fine without them because I'm a spellcaster. I should be okay.
I have a regular and a get up as an emergency. So if
I have
somebody needs a
3
get
regular. I have 3 regular on me.
up. Okay. Then I think you're probably good.
Yeah, I'm probably set. I keep forgetting I have...
Don't forget. Write them on a post-it. Put them on your head.
blank.
That doesn't help.
Put them on your head. Yeah.
Solana and I can heal you all. You know that, right?
I was like, as usual,
But-
conflict with faith in Prime Heart.
A wise cleric
Well
once
done.
told me. A wise cleric once told me that it is our job as a non-cleric to have potions, so you don't have to waste your spell slots all the time.
Oh, what was their name?
Not to mention...
I promised I wasn't going to talk about other campaigns, so I'm not answering that question.
Metasil.
Metasil. Metacillin.
Prescription or Pokemon? Medicillin.
It's penicillin.
Anywho,
It's when I'm drawing with inks.
so
Now I'm imagining Syl talking that little 8-bit sprite voice.
Sorry.
okay, so we have at least 3. Who else is going to really need a health potion?
I've got one greater one and some Kyotom's ointment.
Cool. I do have Ursali's touch, so if someone wants to grab that from me, that way they can get best possible healing.
I will happily take that from... Mostly because
Uh,
I know I'm probably gonna be losing health faster than literally anyone else.
Yeah,
I almost died in like the last 3 combats. So
Yes, I'm aware.
Or any time that we go out and things get dangerous.
thank you. Thanks, Pip. Thanks.
It's
Pip.
okay.
Actually, I've been doing a pretty good job of keeping myself alive. So
Good,
thanks.
good.
How
Yes.
many potions do you have, Pip?
Pip has 4 of them. 3 of the
what-
regular ones and 1 of the beefier ones.
I've got one and a mystery potion. Which Logan,
I have 3 potions too.
Logan, the toe in the alcohol, is that I roll what it is when I drink it? Right, it is, because I don't want to swallow
The first time you did it, yeah, you had to.
Yeah, because you can swallow the toe. So yeah, it's you got to roll when you take it. Okay, never mind. I answered my own question.
I think I will
Alright.
actually give it to Pip because I can reach Nathan easier
Sorry,
to
Pip.
heal him than I could probably reach Pip when it gets to up close and personal combat. So I can get to you much more easily, Nathan, than I can get to Pip. So she's gonna give it to Pip.
That is fine. It's sound logic.
Okay.
Because Saldana doesn't want to get up and close and personal any more than she needs to.
If anybody needs help, if I need to get around, I can get around now. She's swishing her cape. So you give me a heads up. You need me to go.
Oh, it is the fancy
I can
yes.
also use a spell that'll
fancy
make
cape.
me just fucking go. It's great. I love it. It's called Fast.
Excellent. If there's no other
And the rest of us have to rely on prune juice for that sort of thing. Nathan can just do it through magic.
Sorry, what?
Nathan can do it through magic. You just gotta watch his lips move while he talks. It helps.
So I'm removing the Ursali's touch from mine, and you can add it to yours, Pip. That way we can remember that.
Okay. So, how long does the Ursali's touch last when you put it into a potion?
24 hours.
Okay.
Perfect.
Because Pip has had one of these potions for a very, very long time, and so it is probably not a good idea to put it in right away, because then it will go to waste, because people forget that he has it. Like all of his hero dice.
He's cellaring that.
How many hero die do you have, Kyle?
Kyle doesn't have any, but
Pip.
3.
Oh, I have.
That's not bad.
I'm pretty sure Jenny has.
Jesus
Jenny and Russ are waiting, and I'm waiting for Jenny and Russ to not be in the big battle at the end and not be able to use them.
Jeez.
Use them while you got them.
Okay, so we have everything we need. Every equipment we need. All right. I guess we're going back to Horus. That way we can do the teleportation stuff. And
Right, so you've got your potions and you've headed off.
he said that we need to get to the Sunset Island, and if I heard correctly, the Dragon Mother statue, the one that we, at last I know, we have a piece of that. That could probably help us get there.
Yes.
Prime Hot, do you still have that?
Yeah.
That might be very helpful.
Do you want me to take it, Prime Hot?
No.
Sorry, Nathan, you were saying.
I was just gonna say it was literally what I was like thinking about, was the fact that we still have the claw, well, potential fang of the Dragon Mother statue. So
Could I see
Just
that,
no
by
touching
the
with
way?
bare hand.
yeah, actually, can still see that. She would know better than I would.
Sorry, I didn't say that. She definitely would have wanted to know about that. Like, see that immediately after, but we can just say it took a while for her to get in touch with whoever had it.
Whoever had what now?
Most
Sorry, I
likely
missed
the
it.
Primarch.
The claw.
The Dragon Claw thingy.
Primer has
On
it.
the other
And it's in
night.
his bag of holding.
Yeah.
Primarch, could I see it?
Sure. He holds out his bag of holding.
Syl has her gloves on and
Yeah. it does
reaches in.
So you reach in and you want this weird stone that's vibrating everyone's talking about. And you feel the vibrations in your hand first, and then I need a wisdom save
Yay!
at disadvantage.
It's the thing I'm great at.
This is why Saldana wanted to be the one to grab it, because I'm good at because it's charm and I'm a fucking elf.
Aw, I did a good job on the first roll.
Oh.
Knowing what happened last time, can Nathan be like ready to like?
Well, that's a 4. I had a 17,
Well,
but
so Syl, you feel a strong compulsion to leave the group. However, you don't just start running. You just feel an incredibly strong compulsion to want to head to the center of the island. But you are able to kind of push it away, but it is constantly in the back of your mind. So as long as you hold it, you'll be at disadvantage on all of your other checks.
Cool.
this thing is cool.
Because you didn't fail and take a hero die twice.
It's in roll 20. It's in roll 20. I didn't do it on purpose.
That's right. That's why that happened to you, Primark.
Whoops.
Wow, this thing's intense.
Right?
Actually, it's outside.
Makes you want to run.
Fuck.
I'm gonna put it back, but I'm just gonna say, how cool would it be if the mother dragon was at Goa?
I know, right?
Can I
actually,
try to?
I will need that.
Oh, okay.
He needs that for us to get.
Okay. So Syl will reach out to offer that to him, and then immediately when he gets it, she's going to take a spot right next to him. So if he tries to run, she will grab him with her 15 athletics check.
He reaches out and takes it from you. Doesn't seem to have any reaction at all.
Great. Okay.
It doesn't vibrate very rapidly, almost violently.
It's
Very
soothing, right?
intense.
Callie would like that very much.
She does, yeah.
Huh?
Because it's air shell.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that's the reason.
No, we're
It
going
reminds her
right.
of the Dragon Mother.
I shall
Oh.
call you Sibian.
All right.
Can we not be on
Does
this?
that make sense?
So yeah,
Oh.
it really wants to go somewhere, I think.
Let's go.
Let's
Right.
go.
Are we ready to go? No more shopping, no more other
Shopping.
things you need to
Look, I was ready when I woke up this morning.
I think we're as ready as we're
I
going to
kissed
be.
my fiance before I left.
Same.
Peep did not think of starting
Yes.
a business here on the island.
Syl kind of looks sad when they both say that, but I'm good. And she has her giant flamberge.
Nathan has his moonlight sword because he still hasn't fucking used it.
So you have a Flamberger egg.
Not until we meet some dragons.
Eh.
Who says you haven't? All right.
Hey.
Some of us almost did.
World's tallest halfling. Bullshit.
He has a certification.
I'm calling it. He is a guardian dragon.
Did he just roll for dragon?
Roll for dragon.
Is Kurt dragon?
Well, that dies for dragon. That one is for dungeons.
Hey,
That's all.
I was
That's
gonna
it.
say, can we just say that? Did he just roll for dragons? Is the most D&D fucking sentence.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like this, but I'm ready to go. Oh, fuck.
I don't even know what's happening. Let's just do this shit.
Mood. Let's go.
So he checks his bags really quick, pulls out a length of rope and looks at it, puts it back in his bag, his little side pouch, checks his backpack and sees that there's a checks for a couple of books and some quills, and just make sure he has everything, puts his backpack on. All right, let's go.
Do you need anything? We did our.
That's
as
what
you
I was
said,
checking
shopping.
for.
Okay.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just the 6.
Yep.
For tonight, anyway.
Oh, and Nathan's and Mag's.
Yeah, Magdalena
Okay.
is sitting.
This, yes. Yeah, 7. Yes, that's.
She
Alright.
just kind of goes. She kind of makes a little churring sound at him. Her ears kind of.
Prime Heart,
Yo.
just a question. How much do we need this to work today?
What, the
All
potential
this.
battle or
Yeah.
a lot? Hopefully we win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if we don't win, Mari's dead. Everyone's dead.
Well, Mari's dead first, and then everyone else.
Mari's dead first, and the entire world is going down whatever shitter is.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
People not
Thank
die.
you.
No. That's what problem.
I've lived this far, so hopefully.
I mean,
Oh, Saldana. And she'll pat Saldana on the head. That's cute. I'm teasing. I just
This-
go longer.
I mean, considering
than-
that I haven't died yet, I'd say I'm doing pretty well.
I didn't say anything.
This teleport
Saldana
does not
doesn't know,
involve.
y'all.
This teleport does not involve anything with having to do with knives or kidneys, correct?
No, it,
Saldana,
it
you
does not
should
have
be
anything
safe.
to do with knives or kidneys, but silence would be appreciated for a moment.
Oh,
It's a
sorry.
very difficult spell, and we're going someplace very bad. We got 2 out of 3. Someone's got it. Thank you, Jesus. All right, so he sits and takes a moment to cast a spell. As I'm trying to decide if I need to sneeze or not. There we go. I'm fine. And I need a percentile. There we go. And there we go. Doesn't get any better than that. All right. So, as he's holding this vibrating stone, he casts. As he has everyone come closer, and instantly the world just fades away, and then almost instantly swirling back in is a new place. You hear a little rush of wind and your ears pop, for those of you that have that happen, and you are standing in the jungle. You're in some portion of the jungle. It is very dense, thicker than anywhere else you've seen. It's hard to move, even with your spell that we'll say was cast on you, because it's going to be cast on the party every day. It makes it a little easier, but the trees are so grown together, so tight here, that you actually have to climb up halfway on some of them just to get past. Your friend Horace looks at you and says, hands the stone, which is now vibrating even more, almost that he can't hold on to it. Hands the stone back to Syl. Wisdom save. I'll be here waiting. And he
Hey,
pulls the-
9.
So you feel the compulsion. It's a little stronger now, and it's definitely pulling you in a particular direction nearby, where just directly off from where you guys are going here. And he pulls out the rope. He throws the rope in front of him. It becomes rigid and stiff up into the air, about 15 feet. He climbs up into an extra dimensional space, pulling the rope up after him, and settles in to study his books.
Be careful, buddy.
That's a clever way to stay safe.
That's so cool.
Pip needs to learn that. Pip has never burrowed in the sky before.
I will probably learn that eventually from GB, or Finku, whoever learns it first, or teaches it to me first.
There are some mushrooms in my basement that can do that kind of effect.
Pip knows this.
Can I have some?
Not right now.
They're mud.
Syl sort of has the tooth out, stretched in front of her, using it like a divining rod. Like,
Lead the way.
okay,
We'll follow your lead, Syl.
if I start running, like, somebody stop me, okay?
I'll just follow.
You think I'm strong enough to do that?
Do you think any of us are strong enough to stop you specifically?
True,
Maybe
I am,
Prime Heart and Pip.
I am pretty
Also-
awesome.
You are.
You are.
That's true.
You are.
The
Okay.
youth of a nation.
Following the leader, the leader, the leader.
As you guys slowly make your way forward, Syl, give me a perception check.
Oh, I don't have advantage on those anymore because I stopped using that shield. Ooh, good roll though. I approve. My perception is a 0, but I rolled an 18.
As you climb over the next set of trees, There's one more set of trees in front of you, maybe two, and you can see light. A lot of it.
Is
There's
there
no jungle beyond the next couple of trees.
Oh. Is it just solid light, or can I see anything through it?
Still very dense. It's hard to see. As you continue to move forward, though, you see that it's a huge clearing, maybe. It's only until you get to the very last set of trees and through the brush that you realize, no, it's just a crater. Well, it's more of a canyon. Several miles across in every direction, but it's nearly a perfect bowl. I mean, as perfect as you can get on such a scale.
This is not something anybody described to me before. Is this new?
All the walls, all the stone here is white.
Is that what I think it is?
Holy shit.
Is it?
Airshell.
It's the egg.
Oh, that's nice.
Saldana's gonna walk towards the edge of the crater and just double check it. It is air shell, correct? With what we're seeing?
It is very much air shell.
Raw?
Saldana just looks
Yes.
to the others in amazement, like, I don't think I've ever seen this much raw air shell in one place.
I don't think anyone has.
I have, but it's been a while.
I mean, yeah, other than you. It's kind of made of this.
I meant
She is not raw.
I meant at home.
This is amazing. So this might even help your people.
Maybe if we don't have to blow it up to stop these people.
Let's not think of that. I'm sure it will be fine. We don't need to do that. For now, let's just focus on trying to help everyone, and I'm sure that this will be fine. All right?
She's sort of just wringing the tooth in her hands, like anxiously.
Saldana
Aw,
just kind of
it's
puts a... Yeah. Saldana just puts a gentle hand on one of her shoulders. We're going to figure this out soon. All right?
I really want to hit something.
How thick is the edge
We will.
of air shale? Like how deep is it into the ground?
It is the ground everywhere.
Okay.
Literally every wall, all the way down to the floor, surrounding miles across in this huge crater, nearly a perfect bowl-shaped crater, is all air shale. It's all broken. None of it's been mined or stripped. Just left open.
I think what Zach was asking was from the edge of the canyon / crater to like the tree line, how far does the air shale
Right.
extend?
The trees are growing on air, maybe an inch of dirt. Underneath that, in this area, it seems to be air shale.
Oh, fuck. This... Oh, boy. Wow. All
Would this
right.
explain why the island's all fuckety other than the Feywild.
Well, it would
I know-
explain why magic it has such a reaction on this
Magic.
island. If Saldana stands at the edge of the crater, is she able to see anything like further down, like at the bottom or anything like that?
Give me a perception check. Although it is a
Okay.
mile and a half, 2 miles away, and there are jagged rocks all over the place. Like I said, it's not like smooth. It's still just kind of
Can I help her with that?
even.
'Cause I have perception
Sure,
proficiency.
both of you can be looking, so Saldana can have advantage.
Natural 20!
So it's very hard to see at this angle, but Saldana, you catch just a glimpse along with Primeheart as you start to kind of compare notes on the way the angles and the shadows. You would guess that a couple of miles ahead down this crater, almost right in the middle, there's a cave.
Is there any loose air shell around us, about like a handful size?
That was going to be my question as well.
Tons.
He's gonna grab it.
Broken dust, air shale, bits, pieces, large stones, rocks, boulders.
Primer hands his bag of holding to Nathan. Just do what you need to do.
Almost as if something shook this entire area, maybe an earthquake, and cracked dozens and dozens and hundreds of pieces off.
So you want to...
Yeah.
And they rain down from around.
Nathan's going to start just...
Some exist
Falling.
in the forest itself as well. All around.
Yeah.
Nate's just going to start putting chunks and chunks of air gel in the bag. He's going to take 3 fistful size and put them in his pouches.
Knowing that she needs dust for some of the ritual casting that she'll need for the...
Well, remember, it's processed, so you'll
Sure.
need large pieces to process down. But
Sure.
Pip will grab a kind of like a dagger length shard if you can.
Sure.
Waste not.
Yeah, this is incredible.
She'll,
It is.
Sill's looking for pieces that'll go fit in her bag, but like just fit in her bag. She's trying to maximize space.
If you need me to carry some Sill, I can.
A bag of holding, but thank you.
Fair enough. There seems to be some kind of cave at the bottom. I think we should check it out, just in case.
How do we get down?
Careful.
Very carefully.
Where's GB and his fly spell when you need him?
Well,
How do you spell air shale
Yeah,
again?
I don't know that.
EIR.
And then shale. S-H-A-L.
S-H.
I before E, except after air shale.
I before E, except in
Yep,
D&D.
that's how it works.
Pip can fly, some of us down there.
I can climb. I don't have a problem.
I mean, if... is it like a steep fall, or is it
No,
like
it's a
kind of
natural. It's a natural incline, except that there's rocks and boulders and things along the way.
So we could
Well-
conceivably like make our way down as long as we were careful. On foot.
Probably.
If not, I have a spell to help us all in case we all start to go tumbling and eat shit.
Spider hike?
Man, I wish.
Spider spelunk?
All right. Shall we then?
Yeah.
Hermit slides down the edge and just kind of coasts down with slow fall.
Yep, that seems about right for him. Can't hear you.
Can hear you, Logan.
Not a lot of places that it doesn't get in. Boulders don't get in your way and things. There's different ledges and things as you go down. But yeah, for a lot of it, you can do that absolutely.
Sill's gonna free climb down.
Same for Connor.
It's actually not a difficult climb. Getting out might be a little bit more difficult, but overall, it's just takes time. It's not a matter of skill.
Clarifying, if Saldana can't get down herself, Sill will offer a piggyback free
I
climb
have an
down.
8 strength. She could
Yeah.
use all the help
Come on.
she can get. She
Come
ain't
on.
a climber. She is not an athlete. She's a
on,
mathlete, not an athlete.
This will be
Saldana
fun.
is very good at falling. I've seen her do it.
Dang.
It's okay.
And
Saldana,
tripping over herself.
you can vicariously climb through my skills. Come on. It could be like a backpack.
Thank you.
You won't fit in my GB papoose though. You won't fit in that.
I would hope not. Sultana will cling to Syl. And she can do like some of the climbing herself, but she's mostly clinging onto Syl for dear life.
Don't worry about it. I got this.
Oh, GB Papu. Yes, okay. Resting bitch face. This makes sense now.
What? What makes sense?
Said GB Bjorn.
Oh, I think I get it now.
But comparing you to a dog, Pip does not understand this. This is rude.
Thank you, Pip. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Sill slowly climbs away from Pip in silence. Okay, buddy.
What did Pip get this wrong? Did Pip? Oh,
Come on, buddy.
oh, Pip was sorkening down the hill. Yeah.
So several
Is it a walk and talk joke?
After a while, maybe 20, 30 minutes or so, you finally made your way down towards the center. Strangely, though, from this angle, it feels a little darker. The shadows and the sun not being perfectly overhead seems to just kind of darken this area just a little bit. It's still easy to see. It just feels like you're in shadow. Not anywhere near as bad as being in the jungle, but you thought it would be brighter. The cave itself is actually an opening, carved opening, actually expertly carved. It's jagged at the edges, looking like it was broken. There are remnants of stairs that seem like they went somewhere that no longer exists. Up. That they went up into wherever you're standing right now, whatever used to exist here. And then they continue down into this tunnel. It's about 10 feet wide and 20 feet tall. Very strange sort of shape. Unnatural for, well, it's carved. Of course, it's not natural. But even for a humanoid race, it seems unnatural.
Syl takes a split second of thought to grab her tome of transcription and scribble a little line in it for future reference. Just that, to Callie, just saying, "I wish you were here. It's beautiful." And then she closes her book.
She'll get her chance.
Does it look like it's going to be darker, like much darker than the cave? Like seems to be no illumination?
Very, very dark in there. Not magically, but it is very dark.
Okay, Saldana is going to get out one of her arrows, and she's going to tap the tip and cast light.
Aww.
Primarch does the same and puts it in his hip quiver, so it's just kind of bouncing with his hips.
Is that a quiver that really knows where all the good parties are?
I was just going to say his hips don't lie.
A hip quiver.
It's hip.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's hip to be square, Logan.
Okay. I if nobody cares, I'll go first.
You are welcome to, Syl. This is pretty much your department in terms of
Oh, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. But let's go anyway.
It is Syl's department to climb down creepy stairs made of Syl.
Syl
Into
throws.
a
They're not
crater
made of
made of
her.
Syl.
They're not made of her. Syl throws her flamberge over her shoulder and is like, "Heck yeah!" And starts heading down.
Who knows? We might find something to hit, and she could be the first one to get a strike.
Is it any wonder that she was one of my first friends?
I thought it was mostly because of the art.
Syl, roll me a d20, please.
Sure.
Oh boy, I don't like that. I don't like.
I rolled another 18.
Okay. So, Syl, as you are leading your friends down into whatever this is, the stairs curve slightly. It goes for a while, almost like it's in a large kind of circular loop down. You would guess you make maybe 3 loops and you're somewhere deeper within this place. You come into a room. It's 20 by 30, a large 20-foot tall ceilings, several doors on either side. And without even thinking, Syl walks over and touches a small little half sphere on the wall. And it lights up. Syl, the reason why you didn't think about it is because these are just like the ones back home. It's just natural to walk over and turn on a light switch. You see several more of these spheres all around the room, and they give off enough light that once all turned on, the entire room is...
I think I put the room in a rage.
Seems like it.
Solana will dismiss
that-
light.
Is that what happens?
Sometimes they're really fancy rooms.
Pip does not see any eyebrows.
So,
Different rages.
so we'll take a little bit of black paint from her bag and just draw little angry eyes on the light switch.
Yes,
Better.
Pip feels right at home.
Syl just almost doesn't take her hand off the walls. She just almost like she just wants to stay in contact with it while she's looking around the room.
Is the floor flat or is there
Perfectly.
It's an empty
Perfectly
room.
flat, perfectly level, perfectly empty with 3 doors. 1 on each wall.
Is there an inch gap underneath or on the side of any of them? At least?
No.
Damn it.
They are perfectly matched. Expert carvers.
Mags will hop off of Nathan's shoulders and just kind of crawl down his body, and she's just gonna start patting around the room, just kind of sniffing everything. Because she's never been around Airshale like this before. She's a pseudo dragon and also magical. So this is probably like resonating magic. So just like, what the fuck?
Still, as you look at these doors, and all of you, 2 of them are blank, simple doors, but the one on the far side has a symbol on it. And this symbol, looking like a fairly complex geometric shape, was a symbol that Syl had always been told meant the creators, the original, the mortals. Every door that bared its mark was forbidden, although there were only a handful.
Oh wow.
What?
This means it has something to do with the makers.
Of your people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh shit.
We're we weren't supposed to go near stuff that had that on it.
You're not supposed to go near it. Didn't say anything about us not going.
Yeah.
These creators, though, you had said that they all died out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole lot of them. They faded away, and we were left.
Then why is it forbidden?
Aurum said that the whole fading away story might have been bullshit. I think something bad happened, and I don't.
You think something killed them?
I'm afraid we did. But I didn't want to ask. I'm not supposed to ask until I get home. When I stay home, they're supposed to tell me, I think.
Well, maybe we'll find our the truth here.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
I guess the only way to do that is to find out if they open.
Sure.
If you're not
should I
comfortable
just
opening it, so one of us can do it.
But I could try with the light switch. Maybe it'll do the same thing.
You're welcome to. We don't want to make you uncomfortable. If this is something you're not comfortable with, one of us can do it for you.
No, Syl looks at Primeheart. We have to get this done.
Yeah.
This is important. No, I'll help. So Syl's gonna do something similar to what she did with the light switch and see if anything on that door reacts to her touching it.
No?
Okay.
You typically open doors in your city.
Well, old-fashioned way. She'll also, just for shits and giggles, speak at the door in Celestial and say open.
No? Nothing happens?
Primarch knocks.
There you go.
There's no answer.
Well, shit. I guess we're stuck.
Nathan is gonna. What?
Go ahead. No, you do you.
No, I was just gonna go check out there to see if anything's happening.
Oh, I was going to ask if you still have that capability of just detecting any magic. If not, I can do it.
He blinks and his eyes kind of start faintly glowing red.
Yes. Yes, I can.
There's no magic here.
Let me try.
Like the door isn't made of raw air shell? Like it's made of transmuted air shell?
No, it's made of raw air shell.
Okay. It's nothing beyond just whatever residual.
Yeah, there's always this faint kind of residual magic, but it doesn't have any. It's almost just like a fog over it. It's like it.
I always thought of it as like static. Like
yeah,
it's sort of
staticky. It's
thing.
like like static electricity versus magic is like zapping. Like a shock.
I can just try to push the door.
Wait. He's gonna blink again and his eyes go back to normal. He's gonna blink one more time and they're now red. Like his scleras and his irises are red, and he's gonna use ghostly gaze to look through solid.
That's a real good one.
All right. How many solid objects can you look through?
And any number. For
How
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. So as you
Gonna
look
take-
in,
he's gonna be
and you still get a
flush
ghostly
with-
image of them, right? You still see a ghostly image of the objects, so that you still know there's like if there was a bed on the other side, you would see the bed, but it would be ghostly. Or do
Yeah.
you just see through it?
Yeah. It says once per rest, as an action, you gain the ability to see through solid objects with dark vision to a range of 30 feet for.
I think it leaves it open a little bit to interpretation. I think it's if you
Yeah.
intend to look through the object, you can look through it. So like
Got it. Okay. So as you look through this object and beyond, you see a room full of statues. They're all the same. Legs, no abdomen, just an empty space. One hand on the hip that seems to attach the upper torso. And then coming off the torso, only the front little bit of the neck and the face. The other hand seems to be free. And every statue has a hand, the right arm, in a different position. Otherwise,
Statues.
they're identical.
Statues.
what?
Statues. They're all identical except for the hand. They don't have a middle or a back of their head. They have a face. But every
No.
right hand, I think.
No.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not too nuts about it either.
Syl starts searching around the door for anything.
Oh, they're
like-
also all extremely tall. They're about 12 feet tall.
Oh
there's-
shit! they're
Within the
big.
30 feet that you can see, there's probably a 24.
Okay, he's gonna relate that. There's a fuck ton of them. There's like a 24, and they're all about 12 feet.
But they're not
Is it-
moving.
This
No, this.
Hold on.
does this description match what the form, like, at least like trigger something of like what Mawblade looked like when it was in its transformed state?
No.
Because it also lacked the center portion of the statue. That's why
They're
I wonder.
No, it does not look at all like that. This
Okay.
looks more artistic. With the hand on the hip, just so there's that. It's kind of just kind of a ghostly sort of standing. The idea that this couldn't,
It's
shouldn't
it's the usage
exist.
of negative space.
Yeah, the use of negative space, exactly.
It's the usage of negative space.
But like on the heads, the eyes themselves are actually see-through, so you get the negative space from behind it. It looks like the eyes.
I have a very cool mental image of what these look like, and I very much like them as an art major.
Syl's
I
just
have a music video
searching
for you I
around.
could show you later.
Syl's just searching the edges of the door, looking for anything, and she's sort of muttering about
Maybe they're monuments. They're just not finished or something, and so they're just a bit the larger Goa and
No, still. From the look at these, look finished. These look like this is what they were meant to look like.
right. But I mean, they haven't been brought
Awakened.
alive yet. Yeah.
I feel like there's something that's going to trigger that. Maybe the door opening. Is that possible? Is that a thing that can happen? Magic is magic.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like we're missing something here, though.
okay.
Mainly because
Check the other doors, or
Saldana will push on one of the other doors, one of the blank doors.
he's gonna look through both of the other doors first.
He's
He's gonna hold a hand out to Saldana.
She said it. So Saldana pushes open one of the doors that leads to a hallway that goes forward and kind of turns.
Okay.
The other door behind it, Nathan, has a hallway as well.
So what about the air shell piece that I gave you? Where's it telling you to go?
Oh, the claw. Sure.
It is trying to go through the big door.
Yeah.
It also
Yeah,
seems
you
to be
wanna
wanting to
go
go down.
Try tapping the door with
Oh.
Syl rests the claw against the pattern on the door.
Vibrates. Like a vibrator on a glass table.
You just hear as it hits the the pattern.
But you all know what that sounds like. So you have to
Uh-huh.
admit
Yeah, I know.
it.
Uh-huh.
You said a vibrator on and I was like, whoa!
Okay, well, it wants to. There's something below the room, maybe.
Maybe we should check
we-
the hallways.
Yeah. Does it look like the hallways connect, or are they two totally separate hallways going to just totally separate
Do you
ways?
go down one?
Well, you said they curve. Do they curve towards
They
each
do
other?
curve
or-
towards, well, they go off to either side, and they curve towards
Uh-huh.
the direction of this room, sort of.
Oh, okay.
But
Do
you don't know how
want me
wide
to
this
send
is.
Magdalena so no one gets hurt?
I can go take a look down one of them if you want.
Okay, Connor, I trust how sneaky you can be. I can still don't know if you want. I can send Mags, as long as someone can hold me. That sounds weird. So long as someone.
Primer
Still
puts his
just-
hand
I
on
don't-
Nathan's shoulder.
Thank you.
Hold.
Thank you.
Just gently.
It's gonna close his eyes, and then when Mags opens hers, they're red.
All right.
I'm sure humans think that scritching is just as pleasant as Feroce do.
And you see Mags crane her head back, and Nathan's voice comes out of her, goes, "Oh no, it's not bad," and she's just gonna keep.
All right, so Connor's going to go down one while Max goes down the other.
Yeah, Mags, you could hear her little. Of her little.
All right. As the two of you get down to where it kind of curves around, there are two doors, one on each. No symbology on these.
Is my ghostly gaze still going? It's from.
Probably not.
Yeah.
You went and checked a couple of different doors, and then we did this, so probably not. Connor, you gonna open that next door?
Yeah, I'll check it first. Kind of feel around it, make sure there's no shenanigans.
Perfectly smooth.
All right, I've gone this far. No reason to stop now.
All right, so as you push open this door, it is fairly dark inside. I'm assuming that you don't have dark vision.
I do have blind sense though.
Well, you don't sense any beings around or anything. Blind sense actually can detect the entire room. So one of the first things that you've got with your blind sense is that there's one of those little spheres on the wall near you. So if you wanted to, you could turn the lights.
Not that I don't want to just get all of the information you have, Logan, but technically it says I'm aware of the location of any hidden or invisible creature. It doesn't say anything about.
Oh, creatures only? Really? Oh, that's weird. I thought blind sense
That's what
gave
it
you
says.
like. Anyway, all right.
It may be a more limited form just on account of being a rogue. I'm not sure, but I don't want to
Got it.
I don't want.
So yeah, there's no creatures around you.
Nathan is gonna blink back into himself while Mags is down there because he realizes that her senses will be better than his own.
Okay.
And that she can relay any information he needs to as she's going.
Right.
So
Well,
she's gonna
Magdalene's standing in front of a door, so
Yeah, no.
Can she open the door?
It depends on how heavy it is. She can probably like headbutt and just kind of try to push.
What's her strength?
Not well. It's not good. It's a 6.
Geez. Okay. Yeah, she can get it open. These are fairly well hung. They're not latched or anything. So as you push, as Mags pushes open the door, you see, they see what they see. You don't see it right now, but you
No,
get the
she'll
idea that
relay the information.
telepathically, or was I
Yeah,
thought they can only do
telepathically.
empathy? I thought
No,
they could
she can-
understand you, but you couldn't understand.
No, I can understand.
Oh crap! Okay. So Mags will relay to you that it appears to be some sort of maybe worship place.
She has a 10 and she has a 10 and like
That
she
doesn't
can.
mean you can speak.
She can't speak, but she can like I can understand her and she can understand.
Okay. Like I said, it's some sort of worship place, like a church.
She has because she has blind sight as well for 10 feet as well as dark vision for 60.
Okay.
So she's gonna pat around and just kind of take peripheral, like just kind of figure out what the room shape is, just kind of express.
Okay. Connor, what do you do?
Probably lighting a torch so I can see where I'm going.
All right. So you pull out a torch and light it, and this too looks like a worship chamber, like a church designed to hold maybe 30 or 40 people at a time. A small altar up at the front of this room. All the imagery is of Farosh.
I'm assuming I don't recognize or understand the significance of any of it.
No, there's no particular gods that you recognize at all, new or old, that seem to be being worshipped here. This room looks like it's designed as a worship of the Farosh themselves.
So like birth of man, but like God is a Farosh and Adam is a more different Farosh.
Sort of. As you're looking around, you see that there is something to kind of an origin story. Maybe a sundial, some sort of roundish sort of sectioned thing, and then in the center of it a pictogram of a dragon, and then sort of after that you see figures, humanoid-ish but tall, shadowy figures that seem to be suffering. Then you see this strange kind of blob shape and just kind of a random sort of roundish shape with maybe what looks like it's drawn like broken glass over it, like a shattered piece of stone. And crawling out of this shattered piece of stone are the Farosh. And then it leads on to strange Farosh sort of tales.
Johnny Farosh Seed, Farosh Bunyan, his blue ox, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Is there
Big
another way
pancakes.
out of this room beyond all of the
There's
iconography?
no other way out of this room that you can find.
Okay. I will return to my party and
You can
tell them.
see. I don't know about you can find. You haven't looked for secret doors, right? Not saying they exist or not. I'm just saying.
Seeing
I
no
should've said
obvious
see.
exits, I
Yes,
will go
there's
back
no
to the
obvious
party.
exit.
I'll go back to the party and tell them what I have found.
Okay. Nathan, what are you having Mags do?
She's gonna kind of just sit down, and Nathan's gonna be like, "Can I have like a torch or something? Anyone have like an unlit torch or a candle?"
I have an arrow with which I can cast light on.
I can instantaneously light and snuff out a torch, so that might be better.
I have candles.
That works. He's gonna grab a candle and just kind of use prestidigitation to light it, and he's gonna go.
Okay. All right. With the dim light kind of surrounding you, you start to hunch your way down this hallway. and you head into this chamber, and you find Mag sitting in the center of it. Again, another worship chamber that can hold about 30 people. But as you're standing in the center of it, the light doesn't quite reach all the walls, so you don't know what's going on in here
No,
just
he's
yet.
gonna go up to the walls and kind of see what's.
Can
Okay.
would I be
Yeah,
able
so-
to join Nathan if he's wandering off?
Sure.
Hell yeah,
I'll
hell yeah.
go too, especially now that he heard that there's like some dragon imagery from Connor. He'd want to follow.
Well, I don't know if you've heard that from Connor yet, because this is kind of happening at the same time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll say Nathan is still. I mean, you can go if you want. Once he realizes that Mags is obviously it's safe, so you can go. You know, there's a reason for people to want to go. But would anybody be concerned about Connor being gone this long?
I would.
Yeah,
I would
Saldana would.
All right. So maybe Saldana and Pip head off to Connor, and Prime Heart still and Nathan go into the other one.
Splitting the
so-
party. we
Split
have
the
two clerics
party!
and a
I-
we have a cleric and barbarian for each group.
That was subtle,
There you
Logan.
go.
Oh yeah,
I
so
was
maybe you guys
actually-
just could...
Yes, Pip.
I was actually gonna stay back in the antechamber to make sure that I could go in either direction.
As necessary. Got it. Okay.
as
So only
nec-
Saldana is going to go to Connor, and then Prime Heart still will go with him. So a few minutes later, Saldana, you catch up with Connor. You see all of that. Nathan, Sil, and Prime Heart. As you guys get into this room with your dark vision, with your candle searching the walls, you see almost the exact same story that I just told, except it's the chitin.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
This is weird.
I don't.
Not weird. It's interesting.
Can I tell, based on what he knows about history and art, could he have an estimate if I rolled a history check to see how old this?
Sure. Give me a history check.
Me. That's an.
Okay. Old. You would guess thousands of years old.
Fuck. He's gonna take out a notebook and start writing.
Maybe 8,000 years old. Hundreds to
That's
1,000.
still fucking old.
Yeah.
What's wrong, buddy?
He's gonna take out a notebook and start writing down everything he's seeing and sketching
Two or
shit.
three. 2 or 3,000.
This is old. This is 3,000 years old. This is ruins, ancient ruins. I wonder what's in the other chamber.
Except there's nothing ruined here.
Exactly. God.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Thought
You hear him too, huh?
It's the
I
narrator.
believe
The narrative.
Logan, what was the order of events on the mural? Was it the dragon came first and then the tall people in pain, or it was the other way around? What came first in that
The
sort of...
dragon or the egg?
There's
came
the
first, the dragon or
sundial
the-
with the dragon in it.
Okay.
What came first, the dragon?
On the mural.
I get it. It was just.
Just trying to piece together order of events if there were any to ascertain from this.
Is there anything else in this room, like another door?
Nope.
You said there was 2 doorways at the end of the hallway.
One on
The
each
one that-
hallway.
One on.
One on each hallway.
So, like at the end of each. So, for the 2 doors that split into different hallways, each one had 1 door or 2 doors at the end of that hallway.
There's only one door. You've
Okay.
gone through every door you can go through except
Just-
for the one.
That's what. Just clarifying. That was just.
That was my question.
We should go meet up with everyone else. I want to see what's in the other chamber.
Oh, okay.
Assuming there's one.
What? You broke up.
Sil, does this mean anything?
I don't understand. I mean, I have weird theories, but no, I mean, I've never seen this before.
Come on, let's go see what the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heart, did you want to do something?
Not especially. He was going to explain what Callie had seen the previous day in her vision, because she told him, like that the dragons were here with an origin people, and put them into like subterfuge or whatever, or not subterfuge, but like submitted them to like slavery essentially, and then they trapped the gods and created this new race from such a thing, or however it worked. He would explain that, but otherwise no.
So, if you don't mind, I'm going to step in and just give a little bit more details there that I'm sure Primeheart would have remembered, but maybe Zach's a little fuzzy on. So, what happened, and again, it was not perfectly explained during this, maybe, so I'll go over it again. What happened was that the denizens of the original people of Lemon Island were humanoid, some sort of somewhere between kind of a gnomish halfling sort of race, all about 5 feet ish tall dwarves, but thinner. You've kind of seen some of their you've seen a little hints of them here before. They were tired of being tortured and treated poorly by the gods, who ruled very much openly back then. And so they used these stones that were created by Cass, the arcane god, for a much more nefarious purpose. They used them to destroy the gods. Now, they didn't want to destroy the one god that they trusted, which was the Dragon Mother. So they used the stones to lock her away. Once they did, they then destroyed all of the gods. And unfortunately, because of the way the world works, there was a vacuum. People still wanted or needed to worship. So they started to just worship to different parts of the gods. And the gods themselves started to reform. They reformed the only way that made sense. They reformed evenly. So every god connected with every other god, or at least pieces of them did. And that's the new gods. In learning all of this, nicer stories became the truth. And then it became the word. And you had the religions based on the domains. There's a little more to the story, but that's the important part.
And that's how it happened.
And now you know the rest of
there was a little bit more that was important. Sorry. In doing so, the Baba Yaga, Kaz saw it coming for just a moment, realized what was happening, and exploited a loophole, the loophole that she was going to use to save herself when she used this for her own purposes. But wasn't perfect. Evidently was split and allowed parts of herself to be scattered. In doing so, also to do that, to protect herself, she had to rend a hole in between the prime material and the
Feywild?
And the Feywild, thank you. And in doing so, opened a rift between the Feywild and this place, allowing all manner of creature to come through. Now, and energy. In doing so, also, the parts of her that left, she was no longer cast. She didn't have the power, and that those parts that left were the Nicosta. That's when the Nicosta started to appear. But what was left, the larger piece of this god, became Fey-touched and became the Baba Yaga. However, over time, the Baba Yaga has eroded more of the Nicosta have appeared, and the Baba Yaga herself has split into 2 large pieces. They just happen to share the same body. The energies that came here into this world mixed with the animals that existed here before and started to change them. Give 1,000 years or so, and you have Farosh and Chiton, and probably a few others that got killed off. The Farosh are good hunters. So literally, the story as told the original people of this place destroyed the gods, and the ones they saw come back are the creations that were made from it, the chitin and the feroche. So large sections of them started to worship them.
So I guess the party reconjoins in that other hall.
Well, I was going to say, while everyone was doing that, Sildana was going to look around the hall while she and Connor, like, were in there, just the two of them. She was just going to look around, see if she could see any kind of other information or even any other, like, storage or other doorways, anything like that in this chamber.
No, doesn't seem like anything else was stored here or kept here. It's just this, a simple, quiet place.
This is interesting. She's going to go up to the mural, and she's just going to lightly brush her fingers over the part with the meteor, or the big blob. She's just going to lightly kind of brush her fingers on those. See if maybe there's any smudge or anything like that, or any kind of hidden markings. She'll use prestidigitation to maybe get rid of any grime that might hide anything like that on the painting.
Nothing at all. Pip, you've been alone for a while. What are you doing?
Pip, for a minute, because, they're gone for a bit. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
Grabs one of the spheres on the wall and kind of like,
Nighttime, daytime, nighttime, daytime.
Gets bored with that pretty quick and starts to look at that big old door.
Okay.
And it's just like, well, they went down that way and they are fine. There's no screaming. There are no screaming down that way is fine. So it's going to just take a small peek. We'll see what is behind door number 3.
Okay. So Pip pushes open door number 3. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll turn you up a little bit.
Oh,
a little quiet. I never said it was locked. So yeah, you push open the large double doors there, and inside you see a very large room with a lot of statues, more than Nathan had talked about, maybe 100 altogether. They're almost intertwined that a normal human could not walk between them or around them. They would have to crawl over them or push them over or something, but you can noodle your way through very easily between their legs. Or a human could crawl, I guess. But as you look around the room, it's actually lit. Seems like it's always been lit. On the far side, there's another door.
Is that door open?
No.
Okay. Yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound. Just go ahead and kind of noodle his way over. And is that symbol on this door as well?
Yes. As you get about halfway and you can just see through the symbol on the door, you hear the door on the other end very quietly close. Who are you?
Pip is Pip.
Why have you come?
There was a door, and Pip is an explorer and a hunter, and is wanting to explore and to hunt. So Pip came into the room and is going to go open this other door that is straight ahead, if that is okay.
Were you sent by the traitors?
Define traitors.
Those who killed the makers.
Pip is not sure because Pip does not know what the makers are, specifically speaking. So, no?
What are you made of?
Farosh?
Then you bleed.
Well, last time Pip checked, yes.
The doors on the far side of the room open.
Okay.
You see a hallway beyond.
Is bleeding an important thing? Is it good that Pip bleeds? Okay. People stop posing like one of your weird dancers now, so okay. And we move, and is left foot green, and we go, and
So which way are you going? To the open door at the far end, or back the way you...
open door at the far end.
You start to head that way. The rest of you start to make your way back into this room, unless there's more you want to do. But you've explored pretty thoroughly both rooms, and there doesn't appear to be anything hidden or any other doors or anything.
Where's Pip?
Where's
Pip?
I thought he was with you.
no? What was he?
Well, he couldn't
So
have
then
gotten
looks
through
at
that
the other
door. I
door.
pushed everywhere on it, and it didn't open when I tried.
Nathan's gonna go up and try to open the.
So there was obviously miscommunication because I never
Sorry.
heard you say you pushed on the door.
I said she
Not
started
once.
pushing around all over it, trying to
No,
get
you said you touched the door. You never said push.
I started scrambling, studying all over the door. It's fine. I didn't express that I physically
Scrambling and studying is like what you do when you're searching for traps. You don't push on doors when you're searching
Sorry,
for traps.
I was looking for a way in. That's what I was trying to express.
Ah.
My bad.
Yeah, nobody ever said they pushed on the door. So
No, I knocked. That's all I did. Yeah.
yeah, there was a knock. I remember that. But yeah, sorry, I apologize.
Fine.
I thought you were looking for traps.
No,
I
was
did
trying to
not
get in.
realize you were trying to get
I
in.
didn't give a shit about traps.
Yeah, that's what I was like. This is a very weird situation. So I apologize. I will ask your intentions next time, or I will try to remember. So my apologies for
okay.
not understanding what was going on there.
That moment was
all right,
worth
so
it.
yeah. So Nathan, as you walk up and push on the door, it does open. Pip must have loosened it for you. And as you look in, the room is lit, and you see 100 of these statues wall to wall, to the point where still you're not sure you can get across all of these statues without maybe crawling between their legs or maybe flying over them. It's about 30 feet, maybe 40 to the other side. And the doors on the other side are slowly closing as you open this door.
Pip! Damn it!
Yep.
Come on.
So Pip, you hear that just as the doors close behind you.
Oh no.
So does it look like only Syl would have a real difficult time maneuvering through here?
Any medium-sized creature will have a difficult.
We're all screwed then.
Nice. Yeah, Solana's like a tiny human, but then or tiny person. Then
So you're,
there's
are you trying to open the door, Pip?
Yeah?
It does not open. Seems to be locked.
Oh.
Syl's only like half trying to get past these things. She's just staring up at them in complete awe.
Come on, Sil, we gotta go.
But this
So
feels
Saldana's
important.
gonna. I know, Syl. We'll have to see another time. We have to catch up to Pip before something happens to him.
Okay.
And we're not there to help him. Besides, he might get to smash something before you do. So
Yeah.
Saldana's trying to squirm her way through. She's having a bit of a difficult time because maneuvering and being flexible is not her.
Primarch
Sounded weirder.
is a big dude. Are these things able to be like rocked back and forth?
Be like, excuse me.
They are
Yeah.
very heavy, but you could tip them over if you wanted.
I don't want to. I want to make sure I can't. So if I obviously can, if I put my weight on them,
If you
I'm
put
not
all of your weight in, you could probably push one over.
yeah. Okay. So I'm not gonna climb over
You're
them.
not going to accidentally do it.
Okay.
If I
I'm
were
gonna try to get over them and around them.
Nathan's
gonna
gonna
crawl
crawl.
under.
So you guys start crawling through the legs and things. It's going to take you a long time. That's really all that happens. Pip. So you're in a hallway. It's longer than you can see the end. You're stuck here. You're going to wait for your friends or what?
Well, since he heard them yelling for him, I think that he's gonna at least you know what? He's gonna take out his one of his ever sharp kitchen knives, and kind of like against the doorway, just to see if he can if it carves off, shaves off any.
I mean, eventually you
airshell?
can make scratches in it, but you can't really carve off. You have to chip away at it, but you can scratch it.
Okay. It's just you never tested how hard raw air shale is.
Raw air shield, not that hard.
Okay. So about when he was going through the doors, about how thick were the doors?
An inch and a
One
half.
C, 2C, or 3Cs. How thick? Get it? Come on, you guys. You know me better than this. I'm disappointed and you're confused.
I almost have the same thing. You're good.
Thank you, Zach.
So Pip is going to Pip's gonna roll a die because Kyle's gonna roll a die because he doesn't know what Pip would do in the situation. He's gonna stay.
Wisdom save.
Going to
Oh
okay.
no. You are wise, Farosh. You can do it. You also have hero
Pip
dice.
is not very wise.
I mean, I could.
You're wiser than you are smart.
He walked into the room by himself. That's not super wise.
It ain't smart.
Got a where is that? 15. 12 plus 3.
15. Okay. All right. Yeah, you stay right there.
He's gonna pull out the mace and just kind of tap it against the doors, just to kind of test and see if anything sounds loose or anything like that. Just does one of these places sound different than the others? Maybe just debating where he needs to start hammering away.
About halfway through, as you start to hear these weird scraping sounds from somewhere farther across the room, about halfway through the room, as you guys are crawling, you hear the door slowly and quietly shut behind you.
Damn.
No way but forward. Let's go.
I want doors like that. It's really quiet.
Yeah, we're gonna keep crawling.
Who are you? Sound seems to echo throughout the room.
I'm Primeheart.
My name is
Are you sent-
Sildana.
Were you sent by the traitor?
No.
No.
The traitor fell by my blade.
All of them. Sorry, that should have been plural traitors.
I felled one traitor.
What are you made of?
Flesh and
I
bone.
Meat and whiskey.
Whiskey and spite.
I am the only one here made of air shale.
So the others bleed.
Syl puts her hand on her hilt.
Yes.
The door next to Pip starts to open.
Oh, thank goodness. Pip thought he was going to have to start digging through the walls and then make his way to you. Oh,
Syl motions to everybody to like go faster. No, go.
Yep, crawling faster.
so you want to down on that, yes, there, and then you want to go through that over to the right, and you kind of do the shimmy thing, and it is more easy, and then you go over that one's leg. Pip
Saldana
crawled-
kind of trips over one.
Pip crawled
Pip-
through the middle of that one. It was fun.
Logan, how high is the ceiling in this room?
20 feet.
So there's enough room between the tops of these statues and the top of the ceiling that I could probably be
You
swashbuckling
can
my
walk on
way
their
over
heads
the
if you want.
statues.
Sure. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So you like screw this, find a way to weasel your way up to the top of them. You climb up and you just start walking on their heads
Oh, you could
across
say
the
that he
room.
ferrets his way up.
Yeah, weasels. This is Connor.
Yeah, this is true.
If Syl, like when Syl gets through crawling, she turns back to the statues and just sort of speaks into the room and says,
Thank you for allowing us passage, brethren.
slowly backs towards the door with an awkward little bow.
Saldana will be the last one out the door, just making sure everyone else gets in.
You're with Nathan at that then. I was waiting to swallow because he's like, Saldana, just go in. We're literally gonna be right behind you. I'm literally gonna be right behind you.
Are you all right,
So
Pip?
which one of you is the last one left in the room?
Saldana. I did say Saldana. I
So
said
you're both
Saldana.
standing there. Neither of you are going in.
I was waiting for everyone else to go through the door, and then I was going through.
Why?
That's what I was doing. Because that's what Saldana does.
Uh-huh, so does Nathan, so we're at a fucking impasse, aren't
Bunch of martyrs just come in.
Syl gets behind them and shoves both of them towards the door. Like,
We're all going. Come on.
I was just literally making sure.
So
everyone-
technically-
Stop with this
Syl-
self-sacrifice bullshit.
so technically Syl's the last one, but she's like pushed up against them, shoving
out of
with
character.
her.
Out of
I
character.
can literally tell I can
Out of
literally
character.
tell
It was no moderism. It was just Saldana making sure her friends were okay. No self-sacrificing bullshit. I
No,
promise.
it's
Not with
same.
this character.
So we're in the next hallway now, right?
You're all in the hallway.
What do we see?
Darkness.
Light.
It's about 20 feet or 10 feet wide by 20 feet tall, just like the doorways are. And this continues on, and the light only goes so far. There is darkness ahead of you. It slopes slightly down at maybe a 3 to 5 degree slope. Perfect, continuous, and exact the entire way.
Syl will slowly wind her way to the front since she's got her goggles and is pretty good at dodging shit if shit comes at them.
Not to mention you have the dowsing rod.
Yeah, that's true.
So she'll follow the pathway, I guess, down the hall, and
Saldana will go after.
So you continue moving on, heading down this dark, long hallway. going deeper and deeper into what you don't know. Eventually, you come to the end. A large cavern. You're standing on a cliff. You can't see the bottom. You can't see the ceiling. There seems to be a path along the edge. Another large cavern completely made of air shell.
Okay, we're starting to work past the confines of home in terms of scale.
How is that claw doing still? Is it still wanting to keep going?
Still vibrating.
It still wants to keep going.
Is it following the questionably safe path around the
No,
outside
it
of
seems
the
to
room?
want to go straight off the cliff.
Hey, fuck. Chuck the thing
Yeah.
over the edge. Let's keep going.
Very funny.
Or if we want to jump down, I can prevent us all from meeting horrible ends.
We don't know what's down there.
Pip would not like to meet any sort of end right now. Pip wants to continue.
Do you want me to find out what's down there or ahead of us? I do have my eye. Arcane eye, I should preface.
Okay.
It couldn't hurt. Oh, can one of you do the yes, this is a good idea, no, this is a bad idea thingy?
This is a good idea.
I like it.
This is
I like
the
his way of
bad.
thinking.
I don't know why.
The divining the fate of decisions. You guys do that all the time.
Good idea.
Aubrey, is that what you're talking about?
Primarts
If that is what you call
is
it.
to the point.
Well, which particular goal do you have in mind, Pip, for us to determine whether something will be good or bad? Going down or going forward?
Is more getting to where this claw wants to go.
So Logan, I'm just going to clarify. You said that there is a cliff going straight down, and there's a cavern like across. I'm just trying to remember and clarify.
You're on a cliff. You're looking into darkness, across, up, down, and to your right. To your left, there seems to be a rough path that you could walk down.
If I cast light on an arrow and shoot it out into the darkness, does it hit another side?
No.
Groovy.
Are we able to see or hear it hit bottom?
Because of the darkness and the light spell, you can see it go. It becomes just a speck after a while as it starts to fall down. It does eventually seem to hit something and then kind of bounce off and roll down into what seems to be a basin of some kind. There is a bottom, but it's hundreds of feet down. Something obscures the lights after it slides into position down at the bottom.
Do you want me to send my eye down there, or do you want me to send it across the very sketchy pathway?
Oh no, Pip knows what's down there. It's fine.
It's a bottom.
Of certain doom. We can either...
Well, Saldana, if you want to use your eye to go down or down the other way, I can use Mags to go do the other. Not that I'm too crazy about that.
Anyone object?
Which one do you want to do?
I think it'd be a bit safer if I let the arcane eye go down, just in case.
Good idea. He's gonna click at Mags, and she's just gonna kind of look at him like, really? And she's gonna go fly. She's gonna be flying and kind of scope out their sketchy.
Does she have dark vision?
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Arcane Eye and have it start going down to the bottom of this cliff edge.
Does it have dark vision?
30 feet.
Okay. So, Nathan, you're putting your eyes into Mags. Okay.
No, wait, because then
No,
I
is it-
won't have dark vision.
Okay. Well, it'll have to come back and tell you because it's going to be out of 100 feet, so we won't
Nope,
be able to
I
talk.
can. Nope, she can. I have voice of the chain.
What does that mean?
That's within
It
a
means that no matter where is no. As long as she's on this plane of existence, I.
Okay. Check that 1 second.
warlocks, man.
It is
Chain
one of
warlocks.
my voice of the chain master. You can communicate telepathically with your familiar, perceiving through its senses, speak through its own senses, blah, 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 as long as you're on the same plane of. I got that invocation levels. Like,
Oh, cool. All right.
yeah, it's my favorite one that I have. No matter where she is, I can always talk to my baby.
All right. So as she flies down, she'll probably beat the eye, I think, right? The eye has to move 30 feet around.
Yeah, I can move 30 feet. Wait, let me double check. Yeah, it moves 30 feet any direction, like every round.
Max
so
has a fly speed of 60 feet.
So Magdalena beats her eye going down the rickety. Yeah. Continue.
Max is 4 times as fast.
So the eye is going down, and there was the pathway.
Correct.
That's where Mags is going.
Oh, Mags is
doing
taking the pathway. Okay, so Mags is going to be a while because that pathway loops around several times as you go to reach the bottom. So the eye, as it goes down, starts to hit these little, not switchbacks because it's all one big round circular room. So the eye technically will actually beat it down because of how large this room is. So Saldana, as you get much, much closer, only having dark vision within 30 feet, you get down towards the bottom-ish, you think, of this area. You're still on one of the pathways, but all of a sudden there seems to be some sort of thing in front of you. It's large, very large, sort of scaly. You've got dark vision, so you can't really tell. It is sort of cylindrical, and well, there's these several limbs to it. Seems like there's more than one the more and more you move around.
Are they moving or breathing?
They seem to be breathing.
uh,
Huge ridges all along, like it's almost like a segmented creature. Oh, you think you found a mouth? Just the entire end of this creature, just teeth. No eyes, just teeth.
It's a dracopede.
That seems fair. That seems like a logical conclusion.
As you look over it, you realize that they aren't limbs. They're not tiny limbs. They're just more maybe ridges of some sort. Maybe it uses that to propel itself along. Pip might be happy. They seem to be fairly tube shaped.
What the fuck is this thing?
It's got
Yeah, I was
little
about to
nubbins.
say, is Saldana able to get an idea of what this creature is?
Give me a
Is it a fucking purple?
knowledge nature.
Given that it's covered in a series of tubes, I can only conclude that it is the internet.
It is definitely the internet, which is that means it's
Why
trolls,
it's so
probably.
horrible. That's why it's so horrible.
Thousands of trolls.
Just give me an ew, gross check.
God, don't let it touch me. It's probably full of.
And porn.
Worms.
That you can let that part.
What did I have in my head? Pip singing, "The purple worm is for porn."
The invisible worm is for porn.
Oh my god. God damn it. That's one. Fuck,
We're a family-friendly show.
I wish I'd used my
No.
fucking portent. Okay, that's going to be a
That was a lie.
fuck, what numbers? 11. Wait. Yes, 11.
You've
Could
got
I-
no clue.
Fuck.
We're barely even a math-friendly show, let alone a family-friendly one.
Yeah.
I thought you said meth. I thought
Well,
you said meth.
So
I am from Oklahoma.
as you start to explore around with your eye, Saldana, there are several of these creatures that you have determined before Mags gets down to the bottom and starts to see the same. Mags just lets you know that it is danger and scary.
So we're not going down. I can tell you that right now. We are going to take the very scary, rickety pathway instead, because there is a bunch of I don't fucking know what it is, and
You
there's a
mean
fuck
the
ton of them.
pathway that leads to the dangerous and scary that my daughter is currently screaming in my head. Mm-hmm.
But we're just
Daughter?
not going to go straight down.
I consider Magdalena Magdalena.
Why
I
did
consider
you send her down?
It's figures.
Sorry.
Because she's magical.
Sorry, that
She
was
can
me being
pop-
a shit.
Shh. No yelling. It's okay. Sound travels, bruh.
You wake up the Dracopade.
He's gonna.
All right then.
Trademark.
Was there any form of light down there?
None.
The white arrow that
Can
Crimeheart
she-
shot down.
Seems to have vanished somewhere in this mass.
Hold up, I
Must have
think
been a
Max.
maw of some kind.
I think
I don't
Max
like
can do
that.
something.
I don't like that, Loki. I don't like that. I don't like any
Aw.
of this.
As Mags and Saldana's eyes start to look around, you see there are dozens of these things, all gargantuan creatures sleeping on top of each other.
Oh, it's a cuddle pile.
I believe this
It
is
is a
graduated to the level of fuck mountain.
They're not writhing.
Hey, no.
So
You gotta sleep sometime.
So what? We just go down the path, and maybe there's an offshoot. Maybe there's other stuff, not just the giant pile.
There was no offshoot.
Or we get the fuck out of here and we go back to the village and have a
Does
fucking
not-
drink.
It's probably under them.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
It's like a
Gain
god
inspiration.
dog.
Hey.
No, it's
fuck.
fluffy. It's literally fluffy and the philosopher's stone.
Or Cerberus in the underground. Yeah.
I was thinking Harry Potter. Go.
I know that was your reference point.
Nathan was about to say.
Okay, so they're guarding whatever's
guarding
underneath
something.
that the claw wants to be. I mean, I have thoughts.
And Syl just sort of motions with the dragon claw.
Like, that's why I assume it wants to go back to the rest of it.
If we clear a path through those things, then Tweedledee and Tweedledum can.
Who and who?
Never mind.
The hags.
Oh, yes, those two are adversaries.
I could have swore I thought we were gonna run into them,
Why would you say that?
Well, the lights.
because I thought we were gonna be fighting them directly.
And then the thing.
DM rolled something. God.
Stop volunteering.
Let's
It's
stop trying to
dramatic
yell,
irony, you
but-
fucks.
Okay, maybe we should keep our voices down. Even though we're a few hundred feet, there's still some creatures down there that are sleeping, and they're very, very large. Well, gargantuan, one might say.
Why are we talking about being quiet?
I think she's talking about the Dracopades.
I don't think that's what they're called.
I almost went into an Irish
doesn't
accent
matter.
because of you fucker. I don't think that's what they're called. I don't think that's
Well, I don't want to go down there and fucking ask them what their names are, do you?
You know what? I might.
All right, let's.
Pip, we need to go down under.
We need to go down. But what are we going to do once we get there? Because I won't be able to see.
Prom-
Connor won't be able to see. Primeheart won't be able to see. We'll be good as blind.
Well,
Pip, all the two of us.
they don't have eyes, so you could use light.
How do you know they don't have...
Didn't you tell us that they don't have eyes?
I-
Wasn't this information
did
relayed
I
to the rest of the party?
Was this information relayed to the rest of the party? Saldana asked to the DM. Well, Gabby asked to
Did
the
you
DM.
tell us?
Did you tell them?
Yes!
Then yes.
Okay, then yes.
Said they're all pseudopods and teeth.
I
right?
can't answer what you tell the party.
I would have told them about the fucking creatures that are at the bottom.
I agree, but you didn't say that, so it's not always implied. So Saldana likes to keep secrets.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's
so-
why I was about to say it's Saldana, but that was going to be redundant.
So
And
I have sort of a terrible idea.
Oh,
We
please
killed a
tell
lot
me.
of-
Terrible idea.
This is not the thing you get to fucking head still.
Syl just whooshes her cape a little bit.
What does that mean? What does the wiggle?
I don't have to see where I'm going to just go down.
But couldn't you end up in like solid rock or something?
Yeah, but I only take like 4d6 damage if I do that, and it's okay. I can handle that.
I don't like the
I could
idea of you
teleport
going.
angry.
I don't like the idea of you
I can
going
take
down.
someone. See, now I say that, now you don't want to be a part of
Well,
this.
no, the thing is just that it would still be you and one other person down there alone with the gods know what.
But if the job is to get this back or whatever, I'm just saying you could do it. I could do it.
We could do it.
Well, can someone, dig through stone like Pip can burrow through dirt?
I didn't prepare stone shape to do something like that.
That might
Okay.
also be real loud and not fast enough for when those things are asleep.
Probably
Then we
not.
kill
I
them.
don't know. How many were there? Dozens?
How many were there, Logan? I don't like that you rolled, man. How many did
You
Saldana?
Tell, but dozens.
I
You don't know how
wasn't-
deep it goes.
I wasn't able to tell. From what I could see, there were dozens of them. They were all piled up, though, so it is hard to tell.
So
How
we use
big
long
were they?
range.
Gargantuan.
Each one was gargantuan.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Was there anything along the walls that had instructions of here's how to get past our guard nope tubes?
I still have my eye up and I haven't broken concentration. Saldana's going to go back to focusing on that. She's going to look around the walls and see if there's anything else. Or if there's like an inch gap between the creature, she's going to maneuver the eye through.
You want to start maneuvering through the creatures? You could probably start doing that.
The eye is invisible. There's no way that they could probably sense this. It says no way that a creature can sense this.
Okay. So you start to noodle your way, round noodle? There's no round noodles.
Visually.
Kind of poke your way
Gnocchi
through
your way
the,
through,
yoking your way through the,
More of a schlorp, really.
it's kind of a schlorpy sound. Just,
ravioli your way through.
Glad I
in
never ever
between
say that.
the noodle tubes, the nope tubes, as you start to just sort of seek around. Every once in a while, you have to kind of backtrack, realizing you don't have any farther you can go. But after a while, how long does that last?
1 hour.
Perfect. So after 10 or 15 minutes, you do end up coming upon something underneath a couple of layers of them. And no matter how deep you go, you find more, by the way. But you do find what you think is a part of a statue. It's at least carved and shaped. It's hard to tell what it is because you're looking inside a tiny little hole of it as they're laying basically on top of it and around it.
It is definitely down there, the statue. It is just underneath the pile of Lord knows what. And I don't know how dangerous they'll be.
What
So if
kind
you
of
want-
statue? Like the ones in the other room, or?
No, it looked like the similar to the statue of the claw that we have, correct? Could it be like
It is a carved piece of stone. You're looking at maybe 3 square inches of it inside a tiny hole, and it's black and white. You really have no clue. It's just not rough stone like the rest of it, and it's kind of towards the center of the group.
I mean, it could be, but honestly, I can't tell, honestly. So it is
Well,
a
okay,
wild
so
shot.
so we're up here, and they're down there, and if we go down there, we're gonna inevitably rustle them up, right?
Yes.
I hope not,
So-
but sure.
Right, but let's just say there's a low probability we don't wake something up, right? So if we have to have a fight with them anyway, why don't we like throw stuff at them from up here and see?
That is what Pip said.
I agree. I agree with what Pip said that I forgot that Pip said. I mean, I've got a ton of water. I could dunk a bunch of salt water. Maybe they're like slugs and they'll go when I pour salt water on them.
If you want to do that, I can. If someone wants to launch something with light down there and do all that, I can keep an eye out.
I can do a fireball and just fucking light that shit up.
Or
I can also do several other magical effects that are also very.
My water's pretty low key for a little while.
so the weird voice sentry thing in the other room said that asked if we bleed.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that one. Yeah, it did say that.
So, but this is good that we have Sil with us because Sil does not bleed. So maybe it is meant to. Maybe is a good thing that Sil would go to the
purple
to
the things down there.
To the things
Maybe
down
they
there,
won't be
and
able to-
because Sil does not.
Okay, how about this? I wander down there. We'll see if I set anything off. I dimension door the fuck back like 500 feet.
That sounds
Okay.
perfectly lovely to me.
I can do it. I can do it.
Pip can fly next to you, so Pip is not touching
How long
the ground.
can you fly for?
I forget that you can fly.
For up to 10 minutes.
Okay, no, let's do that. Okay, so we'll do, and I can grab Pip and teleport the fuck out of there if we wake something up.
All right. To give you also a bit of a faster movement, Saldana's going to place a hand on Sil, and she's going to cast Long Strider on her. And so you get an extra 10 feet of movement for a whole hour.
That
Heck
concentration?
Nope.
Okay.
It just
Cool.
happens for a whole hour. Cause
Shit, wait, I can do.
Nice drop.
And going and going.
I can't turn my
Cool.
screen back on. Hold.
Okay, so Sil has a 50-foot movement now, so.
That's why I gave it to you because
Wait,
fucking
wait.
fast.
What? What?
He snaps and he goes invisible.
What are you doing? I can't.
I forgot I could do this. It's a new
Nathan,
thing.
it's probably safer if
Nathan.
someone who doesn't have flesh go down there.
I'm
Nathan,
just saying as a backup. And he snaps and he.
Sure, Pip's gonna come with me, and I can teleport both of us 500 feet away if we have to. So,
I'm just saying I can do that. He snaps and he goes invisible again.
Oh, right.
okay, okay,
He
Pip.
snaps and he goes,
Okay.
I can just do that now.
Nathan,
Pip, let's go.
shh.
It's cool. Pip, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so Pip and I are gonna scooch on down the tunnel.
Be careful.
Going down.
Connor leans over to Primart and says, 20 gold pieces when I'm done making it back.
Yeah.
Excuse you, I can hear you.
Made. He shakes Connor's hand.
So, Sil at her 50. So let's say if she's going stealthy, what does that have it? Does that have the speed if she's trying to be quiet?
Mm-hmm.
So at 25 feet of movement, she's going to make her way down up to Pip whenever he wants to start flying. But she will walk.
Okay, it's going to be a while if you're trying to move stealthily, even at 25 feet. It's,
Well, then I'm going to walk normal until
I mean, it's still going to take a while.
I
just
start
half as long.
hearing
Okay,
slidey,
that's a good- that's a good
slurpy
spot.
noises.
And Pip can move stealthily at full speed, so
Fancy.
he'll just keep up.
Okay.
So, what about if you let go of the dragon claw and see if it goes at the statue? And then we do not need to go into the pit, and maybe it goes through some of them and kills some of them on the way through. Yeah, like an airshell tow missile.
All right.
I like it.
So the two of you start to make your way down, and as soon as you start to hear the sounds of these creatures, you start to move a little more quietly. And still, it's not much longer beyond that you can see the edge of them. Pip, you have dark vision? Okay. So as are you starting to fly now?
Yeah.
Or you're just, okay. So it's not much longer that you're walking along this path, and up ahead they seem to be laying on the path, but they're almost like a liquid. The amount of them is just a perfectly near smooth, well, not actually smooth, but they're all kind of at the same level, like they're a pool of these things just kind of sitting at the bottom of this cavern. They all seem to be breathing, and as you move a little bit closer, even moving stealthily, there's still that hum coming from you. As soon as you get maybe within 100 feet of them, or actually probably more like 60, 50 feet of them, one of them starts to move, and then they all start to move. Although it's not like they're not leaving the group. They're just writhing. They're just moving and crawling over each other and almost swarming in place.
Okay. Pip, I'm gonna step forward a little bit. I'm gonna go that way.
Okay, people be ready to hoist you away.
Okay, so Syl's gonna take a few steps ahead of Pip and see if they get any more noticeably agitated with her
No,
getting.
they seem to be about top level agitation right now. Everybody can hear the commotion throughout the entire cavern. A vibration sort of goes through. Little pebbles are starting to fall off the walls.
Syl very gently puts the claw on the ground in front of her.
Okay.
And lets go to see if it does anything.
Sits there and vibrates. Kind of bounces around a little bit.
Okay, she picks it up when it starts just bouncing around. She just shrugs at Pip with the claw in her hand. Okay, she's going to...
Sil, Pip has an idea. So, you grabbed a bunch of the air shell, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can test Pip's theory right now. Take a piece of the air shell and right into the group and see what happens.
Okay.
If it reacts to the air shell, then we know that it is a bad idea if Syl goes into
Sure.
the
Syl will back up a
nest.
little bit. Syl will back up a little bit, go into her bag and find maybe like a river rock sized piece, and then just whoop it into the middle of the crowd of them.
As you chuck it, are you doing it beyond your sight? You can only see 60 feet, right?
Sure. Within my sight then, so.
Okay, so it's basically right in front of you. That's about between the first creature in front of you and the second creature because they're that big.
That's fine.
Okay. As it hits the second creature, maybe the far side of the second, of your sight, as it hits the second creature, that creature twists back, roars out. It echoes throughout the entire chamber, and they all start to kind of come towards this area. Almost looks like you're beating cake batter. They all just kind of swarm in and then kind of start swarming out for a moment, and they go back into their writhing.
Okay, so that experiment might not have had a control, so
we throw a normal rock now to see if it has
okay.
the same reaction.
Is there a normal rock around?
Pip will grab a whole nutmeg from his belt pouch. Yeah.
That's more valuable than the air shell.
I'm telling you, man, they're like slugs, but with some other spice, not salt.
Pip saw this on a cooking program on Barrel Run. It was
Go ahead.
Walton Aaron. He was all about the nutmeg.
I love Logan's.
Right.
Go ahead.
So you take the nutmeg and you chuck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hits the same spot. Basically the same reaction.
Okay.
Seems to be they're reacting to being hit more than they're being reacted to anything else. Another roar, and they all start to kind of almost make a very particular motion where the whole area starts to swarm to that one area, like they're trying to find or attack whatever might be.
Sil
Okay.
slowly pulls out her decanter of endless water and just sort of sighs and looks at Pip and like questioningly just sort of
Pip can swim.
okay, and let me pull up what the specific one I'm doing is.
Geyser, right?
Yeah.
Gallons. It's about 8 to 10 or 12 gallons of water a minute
30.
or something, or a second.
30 gallons.
30 gallons a second. Yeah, or per
Yeah.
round. Yeah. It's gonna take forever to fill this place, but sure.
I just want to see what happens if I hit him with it. Mostly.
All right. So you pull out your decanter, you say the keyword, and a geyser shoots out of this powerful stream of salt water, I assume.
Salt water.
Yeah. This powerful stream of this brackish sort of salt water just spews out. You can smell the sea, the saltiness as it hits several of them, and they all start doing the exact same thing and start writhing over, but they don't seem to come any closer beyond where they had this ledge that they are stopped at.
Okay.
Now that they are very wet, Pip can try to do something fun.
Oh no. Real
Well, the
quick.
ones that are wet are not necessarily here anymore. Also, water seems to just kind of bead off and roll off of these creatures.
It does say I could aim the geyser at a creature within 30 feet of me, and they have to succeed on a strength throw or fall prone. But I don't know what this thing falling prone would look like.
Counts. I'm pretty sure they're immune to being prone.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
Or if not, then the size is going to give them a severe advantage. And it's a strength save, you said?
Yeah, it's a strength save.
What's the DC?
13.
They can't miss it.
Okay. Jesus. So, note to self, don't try to grapple them. Might not work.
They're gargantuan. I don't know if you can.
I don't think I can either.
Okay, Pip, go ahead.
Go ahead. Pip. Oh, you want me to
You
do
had
this?
an idea.
Oh yeah, the fun thing. So, where Syl is aiming the water at the creatures, Pip is going to use 3 charges of his Ring of Shooting Stars and summon Ball Lightning.
Why do they have to be wet?
It's electricity.
Yeah, might make it worse.
For flavor. Got it. Okay. It's magic. I mean, all right. So yeah, you hit several of them with ball lightning, and they start to swarm that area again.
It's 2 charges. Sorry.
Okay. And they start to swarm that area again. However, this time they start to push beyond the boundary and start to swarm up the walls and around you. You guys can actually up top hear, it almost sounds like they're getting closer.
I don't like that.
But you don't see them. Well, your eye does.
Well, has it been more than an hour since I cast it? Awesome. But I probably would also be keeping an eye out.
Yeah, you're probably watching all of this.
Yeah.
Are they
She's
coming?
just like, what the fuck are they doing?
Are they coming towards us or just going up the walls?
They've not gone on the path that you're standing on. They're on the path ahead of you, but they're on the walls above you now, yes. But they don't seem to be touching the path.
Can Sildana get a better look at some of these creatures?
Not enough to get another roll. But yeah.
Should we go?
Maybe they're big.
Pip wants to try. Pip's gonna land back on the walkway and turn off the flight. Assuming it's probably been a minute or two since he used it. And he's gonna start walking towards the swarm.
Syl's gonna like be within grabbing distance of him. Following, so that if they need to get out, she can.
So you're walking farther down the path, is what
Yes.
you're saying? Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
How close do you get?
He is going to continue walking until something like tries to bull rush him, basically.
As you're walking, you get about maybe 10 feet as one of these things is rushing past, and the one spot they'll step on, this spot and forward where they'll step on the path. It's like a train barreling past you. That's how big these things are. And as you step a little closer to it, the next one that's right behind it, as they just kind of seem to constantly swarm over this area, is a little farther down the path. It doesn't seem to want to get too close.
Is the whole cavern made of air shale? The whole cavern? Okay.
Everything you can see.
Is the path unusual in any way? Like, is it air shale and something else? Or is it identifiably as different?
No, just air shale.
Okay.
Pip is going to continue walking along the path.
As you start to walk forward, once again, these creatures seem to move away from you.
Okay. So we just keep going, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the claw reacting any differently? Is it vibrating any more as we're going?
Nope. It's pretty much at max vibrate. It's on high.
It's on high. Okay.
The batteries are going to run out.
First
Magic.
the temple statue, now the claw vibrator. This isn't my bag.
So, all right, yeah, we'll keep going forward. Syl will, like, if one of the how wide of a berth are they giving us?
About 10 feet.
If Syl takes a step a foot, like, to the side with the claw out, does one of them, like, go fuck off, or does it stay sort of in that? Will it let me get closer with the claw, or does it try to get away?
So you're going to move towards one of these creatures and away from
Just
Pip,
like
is what you're saying?
like I'm taking one step over to see if that makes any difference in how they react to me. I'm trying to see if they're reacting to us or the path or the claw in my hand.
They don't seem to be reacting to the path. And they seem to be reacting as you started to experiment a little bit, moving away from Pip a little more. They get much closer to Pip than they do to you, and the ones seem to move away from you. So does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
You would guess if you took
And she
another step
moves-
away that Pip would be barreled or eaten.
Then Syl goes right back next to Pip, holds on to the back of his head, like on the back of his pack or whatever he's holding.
So, Pip thinks that it will be at least safe for the rest of the party who can fit into a 10-foot area to come down, as long as they stay on the path.
Okay, well we could go get them if you want.
No, Pip feels bad for, all of this happening and no warning.
Well, GB didn't cast that.
Nathan!
You guys can barely hear Pip screaming out Nathan's name down below.
Oh no.
Pip,
they're in
yell
trouble.
it's safe. It's safe. Yell it's safe.
It's fine!
Mert pulls out 4 gold and gives it to Connor.
Nathan is going to go into Mags.
Okay.
Nathan is he's gonna send Mags down, and she's going to find them, land on
I can
Syl.
still fucking see this. I forgot. God
Land
damn it.
on
Yeah, so
Syl.
Donna can still see this, but can't hear.
She's gonna find Syl, land on Syl.
At this point, Mags can't find. Mags just sees these worms because they're above them now, over them on the
We're in a
wall.
worm tunnel. Gross.
She's gonna start circling, just kind of anxiously chittering.
Well, so just go back to the front of the tunnel and have them come with us.
Okay,
Well, it's not a tunnel; it's just worms.
It's a worm tunnel. I called
Because
it a
I hate that
crawling
sentence.
above you.
I hate that. That's not a tunnel. It's just worms.
Of all the days that
It is-
happened,
it is-
it's
The problem is you've irritated them to the point where they're crawling on the walls above you now. So there's no place to stand. But Mag swooping around can eventually kind of see you as you back up a little bit and backtrack. And Sildana also can see you but can't understand you. You guys start running down the path.
Yeah.
Who's carrying? Oh no, Nathan can. That's right. Nathan's not looking through.
So we're gonna.
I'm not.
So Mags lands on Syl and does what?
She's gonna just start nuzzling her, like anxiously chittering, like what?
And Sil will give Mags the rundown of what we just experienced in verbally.
So you-
Kind of.
Yeah. So Nathan understands that they're safe. Everything seems to be fine. They just want you to join.
And then
So-
it seems like the claw's actually what's keeping us safe, so make sure everybody can stay close together.
So we are going to make our way back up so that
Yeah,
we can
I got it.
rejoin with. Yeah.
So you meet with them about halfway up. The creatures seem to calm down a little bit and relax a little bit. I assume you're gonna have some lights with you this time, since not all of you have dark vision. As you get closer to these creatures for the last time, or for this next time, they have a very deep purple hue to them. Pip, they have a very moderate purple hue, and they
Reoccurring joke.
yeah, so they're very, very purple. And once Sildana sees the color, anybody who's trained in nature will pull out what these creatures are.
They make
They
a
are purple
really
ones.
beautiful
Oh.
aubergine.
And they very rarely on your continent are in groups.
This is dangerous for numerous reasons.
It's
You
probably
didn't even say that word properly.
Sildana, you know that purple pigment I make?
Yes.
It's real expensive. I don't make it. Just get it.
So
so we put Syl in the center with
Yeah.
the claw, and we get very, very how you say, intimate as we go down this
Cozy.
path. Cozy is a better word. And we go down this path very close to one another, and people take the lead. So that because
Okay.
it is rather exhilarating, actually. So people take the lead, and Syl is in the very middle, and we stay very close together.
I agree with this plan.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go ahead and describe what happens for a little bit here, because you're going to be walking for a little while. So you start to walk down, and the worms, because of how crowded you are around, they get fairly close to you, about 5 feet away from all the people around the outside, barreling across you as you make your way past. Then they start to crawl over and above you and around you, and some even look like they're about to hit you and then either turn or worm over you at the last minute, just coming as close as possible, to the point where most of the time you can't even see anything but the ground in front of you. You continue to move on the path and make sure that you're along the wall or not near the cliff's edge that still drops off about 20 feet or 10 feet to your right. And you continue on, and you curl around for almost one more full rotation down, another 150 feet or so. Much farther down than the top of the statue that Sildana believes that she saw. As you get to the bottom, Syl, immediately, as it starts to level out, you recognize that the floor here is transmuted air shell. You recognize it because you've studied it. You've remembered this transmutation because it's the one that cursed you. Well, the dust that was laying on top of it was. It is the density, it's the hardness. Harder than adamantine, the only thing in the world that is. The entire floor seems to be made of it. And as you step onto the floor here, the worms slow down. Not when Pip stepped on, or Prime Heart, or whoever else might be in front, only when Syl steps on it. The worms slow down and they start to move up the walls and clear this area. Dozens of these creatures start crawling all in the same direction, slowly counterclockwise around this cavern. In the center of this cavern, there's a 150-foot statue. It's a dragon. It stands tall and proud, perfect, as you start to make your way up. Everything except one piece. A small claw on its foot. Something chipped to piece out.
This is her.
Yeah.
I didn't believe in the gods.
Pip still doesn't.
She's beautiful. Callie's gonna be so pissed.
She already is, I promise you. I have to
Psychic anger directed at
We
him.
all take a point of psychic damage for anger.
Yeah, weird.
She doesn't understand.
Syl looks at Primeheart. I'd offer it to you if you wanted to do it, but I'm afraid that something will upset the very delicate balance we're dealing with right here. If I hand it over.
Well,
Tears just rolling down Primar's face. He's just like has his hand on his chest and just looking at it.
Primeheart, you want to help me?
You do it.
Okay.
if it doesn't stick, I can use mending.
Not to be a killjoy, but once you
Oh,
put that thing
look
back
at
on that
it.
fucking
It
statue,
makes
how are we gonna get out of here?
If only that worked, Saldana. She taps the bronzing on her side. And Syl will very reverently step forward with the claw and try to fit it into place.
As you move it closer, it starts to pull. As you get about an inch or two away, it snaps into position and seals itself.
Syl
with
just
bronze.
Syl just rests her hand on a claw, just like.
Primar O'Neill, actually.
You feel it twitch and move as this dragon, the head turns and twitches, two sets of horns twisting around its ginormous head. Love that word. And starts to kneel and come down to as much of your level as it can. Its head sitting maybe 20 feet above you.
Syl just like takes her hat off. She feels like maybe that's more appropriate.
Caddy's gonna be so pissed at us.
Magdalena is just like.
Hello?
He's getting a big voice.
Oh no. He's putting on his big boy pants.
Okay, voice ultramication machine activate.
We haven't heard this since fucking Mesri.
Oh shit.
You have awakened me.
Hope that was okay.
What are you made of?
The same as you.
Do you bleed?
No, I do not.
Are you a traitor?
She is one of the most loyal people that Pip has ever met.
She is. She's a betrayer of no one. He walks up to Syl and he takes her hand.
What would you do with it?
With what?
The creature before you tilts its head a little bit, confused. Why are you here?
To stop something very evil from happening and to get me and my friends home safely.
Why are you here?
Well, to give that back to you. She points at the claw. And I want answers.
What are your questions?
What did the traitors do?
What all traitors do.
They're the ones who split the gods, aren't they?
They're the ones who locked her away. They're the ones who killed the gods. They're the ones that left.
Who are you?
I am the Guardian.
Guardian of the Dragon Mother.
Guardian of the weapon.
What weapon?
Oh, so that is
The one that killed the gods.
I can tell you with earnest intention that all we want to do is help people and save people we care about. We have no ill intention towards you or the gods.
I sense your power coursing through the weapon.
The crystals, the obelisks.
We were led to believe that it could help us get home. And perhaps if we were someone were able to harness that power for good, or at least for something benign, it would stop someone from using it for ill intention.
We would use the weapon for good.
The weapon cannot be good.
Then we're trying to use it to stop Cass from using it.
Cass is dead.
She
The
is
remnants
very
of
much
Cass.
She is very much
The
alive.
remnants of Cass could never defeat me.
She seems
But-
to believe this.
There are two pieces of Cass that are more than the Prime Heart. You say it better than Pip does. They are bigger
The
chunks.
Baba Yaga.
Yes, that's the one.
Right.
We're familiar with this creature.
That is Cass.
Mortal. We know. We existed 1,000 years before they left.
Where did they go?
He turns his head and looks at Syl. Ask her.
So, do you think your makers were the ones who lived here originally? The old
They
makers?
took their city and left.
That's what the crater is.
That's why there's so much residual air shell.
Your people.
Not her people, the ones who made her people.
The makers.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
The
The
city.
traitors.
There's the tiniest bit of relief in Syl's like posture.
Oh, it wasn't us. Okay.
We can promise you, Syl did not
Wait, what?
Syl is a very... I'm trying to be on your good side. I'm trying to keep you... I'm trying to uptalk you. I'm not good at this kind of thing.
We promise you, Syl.
Syl is a very good person. She had nothing to do with what those traitors did all those years ago.
It was well before my time or my parents' time or...
We don't decide who we come from. Only what we do with the life that we've been given.
And what would you do with the weapon?
Protect.
Make things right.
Those are mutually exclusive. You cannot have one and the other.
Protect and make things right. You can't do both. Is that what you said?
What would make
What would you
things...
do with the weapon?
Syl looks at everybody.
Just protect. Protect what is right.
Protect innocent lives.
Okay, religion is not Pip's strong suit, okay? So Pip is going to get right out in front and say this. You know, the Ferosh ate one of their gods. No, but we... Could the weapon be used to restore the gods? The old gods?
Yes.
They were the first ones who were injured by the traitors.
That is why I sent those to hide and protect the stones.
Cass is trying to reform. If that happens, a lot of really...
Cass wishes to destroy the gods again.
Exactly. We're trying to prevent that.
And leave only herself.
We're trying to prevent that. Because a lot of really innocent people die if that happens.
Well, then I don't know about the rest of you, but that sounds to me like the resulting conclusion is we use it to deal with Cass. If you get down to brass tacks.
Exactly.
So, here is what Pip is thinking. That we use the weapon to restore the old gods to what they were before, and all of the other old gods say, hey, Cass, no, and they unite against...
You weren't invited.
Cass... Was Cass one of the original old gods? What is...
Cass revealed the arcane arts to the people.
Cass
So
is
what-
the goddess of fucking magic.
So what if Cass is fully dispersed?
What would
Like
happen?
dandelion seeds.
Isn't that
You
how the
cannot
Nakos?
have one without the other.
So wait, if Cass were to die and he's going to turn to the party, does that mean the Nakosta would too?
All the newer gods of the Arcana.
You
So-
cannot have one without the other.
So Cass would need to be restored as well.
If we were restoring the old gods.
And if
we
we weren't restoring the old gods, Cass would have to be locked away, but that's what the traders did, so that's not good.
What do we do?
Do you need an answer now?
Can we get back to you in like 5 days?
I suggest you leave and never return.
We can't do that.
The Baba Yaga could not defeat me, neither will you.
That's not what we want. That's not what we want. We don't want to
Then
fight.
you might as well leave.
Do we have to defeat you to get the weapon?
I'm sworn to protect it. I
So
will not let that happen again.
Then what do we need to do to prove that we want to help and that we want to use it for good? No ill intentions.
My questions were not for your proof, only your intent. The intention is that I let you leave, and I don't kill you here.
I don't think this is an argument we can win.
You are correct.
Can I roll a sense motive check?
That's the wrong
Is this-
edition.
That's not a skill.
Oh, okay,
That's the
sure.
wrong
What is
edition.
Sorry, I keep Pathfinder.
What
Sorry.
is it
Sorry,
you're trying
Pathfinder.
to understand?
Yes. What is Pip trying to understand?
He's freshly reformed. How powerful is he? Is he just like barking a whole bunch like an injured dog? Or is he like, now that I've got this piece, yeah, let's phenomenal cosmic power.
Itty
So-
bitty living space, apparently.
As Pip is thinking this, because I was just about to say this, so as Pip is thinking this and starts to like try to hone in on let's face it, one of Pip's actual real abilities is sizing up his opponents. As he's talking to you and saying you're not going to win this argument, all of the purple worms start to move faster and more aggressively and start to come down more, almost as if commanded. So, Pip, you're pretty sure that if he doesn't have the power himself, he's got back up.
I just.
I think we should get it while getting's good.
What
then-
if Cash. What if the hags are able to get in? What if they do
The
defeat you?
Baba Yaga was no match for me in its prime.
What about
But what if?
Gabs? You had some.
In a moment, I'll let him answer. It's going to be incredibly stupid what I want to do, but it's an idea that I have.
God damn it.
Not a threat, it's a worry.
He said his piece. He's not going to answer the same question again.
The Baba Yaga has allies. You said that the
Name
Baba
them.
Yaga Rinth and the people that serve her, namely an entire nation of people.
The Baba Yaga has sided with Rinth.
Yes.
Where are you guys getting that information?
The fact that the followers of Rinth seem to be.
She kidnapped them. She didn't.
She literally had
She
a dozen
had them
female
tied
tied
up.
up
Right,
and
right.
hogtied
Yeah,
in her
no.
room. Yeah, no. Rinth and the Baba Yaga does not follow Rinth.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that particular piece of information.
Okay. Yeah, no. There's no connection between the two yet. I don't think there's going to be, but yeah, no, I
They
don't
also
think
miss-
anything. That's why I was asking. I'm like, did I say something? Did I do something? That I'm like, wait, what did I make a connection I didn't mean to?
You could probably
Yeah, no, I don't
chalk
think
it up
there's
to both character and player, like reading about
there's a
there were
lot going on.
there were followers of Rinth in the house of the Baba Yaga. Not that they were
Yeah.
tied up in there.
But they were hogtied. Yeah, they were tied up and hogtied and unconscious. So
Unreliable
she's been
narrator.
using them
in
to
the-
get them to activate the stones. And at this point, they're probably sitting dead in the forest somewhere. Yes, Saldana?
Cool.
You want to do something?
Yeah, incredibly stupid, but I'm afraid.
Join us in the dumb ideas section.
Oh, Saldana is not unfamiliar with this club. Okay. I'm trying to carefully word this, but Saldana holding onto her holy symbol to Ball wants to try and use divine intervention, asking Ball to give her, I guess the best way I can think of it is insight on, God, I'm trying to think of proper wording for this, because I know Ball is a sassy motherfucker, so she would like Ball to help guide her. I can't hear you.
What is your intention?
To try and find a way to show this creature that we are trying to use this whatever this weapon is for good intentions, and that we have no ill will towards it. Trying to have Ball use his divine connection in some way to help.
Okay. That would
trying
need to
to
go
help
along with the
demonstrating good
idea
faith.
that you. Yeah, that would need to go along with the idea that you actually have to tell this creature what it is you're going to do with the weapon, because you still haven't done that.
Then
You've beat around the bush and said vague vagaries like protect and fix things, but you haven't said exactly what you're going to do with this weapon.
So, in
Where's your
that
mission
vein,
statement here.
in that vein, what is the weapon? Pip has a mace and a gun and several axes and a very fancy jacket, but that is not really a weapon unless you count disarming smiles as a weapon. But what is the nature of the weapon?
Quite
It's not like it's like a
You've
giant
come
rock
all
from the
this
sky.
way and you know nothing.
that would be what Saldana would ask for then, is insight of what this weapon, like knowledge of what this apparently very powerful weapon that was able to split the old gods. She would ask him for information on that weapon to see if maybe it could help with the wording on asking this damn thing what we're going to use it for.
So what are you doing? I got the intention, but I don't know what you're doing. Are you casting a spell or?
I'm using divine intervention because
Oh, okay.
this is
So
clearly
please go
something
ahead
bigger
and-
that Ball would probably know.
Roll it in Roll20 or the Discord chat, please.
Or are
I'm
you
not
rolling it?
panicking. I'm panicking a bit.
It's okay.
I rolled a 9! I rolled a 9!
Holy shit.
All right. Saldana, you see flashes of creatures, humanoid-like creatures, standing somewhere on a pillar in the middle of a large room, stars surrounding them on every corner. What look like maybe planets kind of hanging all around. You see them manipulating or moving or using arcane motions that you don't recognize, more primal, more savage than what you're used to. Mari makes similar motions when she's casting sometimes. You see in the stars above what looks to be like a nebula, this ghostly cloud hanging near a few of the planets. In the center of this podium that they're on, or this little plateau, there's this pillar, and on top of it there is a crystal, sort of egg-shaped. A light shoots from this and strikes into this nebula, and it looks like lightning just crackles over it for a very long time. The scene fades over and comes back, and you see a woman, obviously Fey-touched. As you look closely, somewhere between the ugly hag and the gorgeous woman that you've seen as part of Cass, as part of the Baba Yaga, stands at the same spot. You can see her looking. She makes some of the same motions, and this light juts out and shoots not at the nebula this time, but at the planet. One of these orbs, the lightning crackles over it. As it does, you feel all of your essence, all of your magic drain away from you, as if it was just gone. As if you, before you had found purpose and meaning, it just no longer exists. You feel sorrow like you've never felt before. In your mind, you're around your friends when this happens. They all seem to have the same feeling, many of them. All the casters, all the clerics, all the arcane. Mari falls to the ground. You see yourself standing on this podium. You realize that while you're standing here, you become a god. The power of the Dragon Mother exists within you. You can reshape this world in any way you wish. And then everything fades and melts away, and you're standing amongst your friends. The dragon is looking down at you, its eyes narrowed. What do you say?
Jeez. The dragon is staring at me, correct?
Correct.
Is it just okay?
Everyone's there. You're back in your normal time. I'm just wondering if you say anything to the dragon. To the guardian.
If we free her with using it, would that restore things in a balance in some way? Bringing her back, setting her free, using what separated the original gods. I know what it can do. And if it has that much power, maybe we can use it to set things right. Restore things to how they were, in a way that won't kill people, that won't destroy the world as it is.
I can see one who's been touched by a god. Don't expect that gives you the understanding needed to control the weapon.
I don't pretend that I do. I just have a better grasp of how it can be used. I can guarantee you we will not use it the way that Cass wants to use it.
Of that
Want
I
to
have no
restore.
doubt, which is why I will let you leave with your lives.
All right. Just know we want to help. We want to restore things. That's all I will say.
You still haven't answered what you would do.
Restore the Dragon Mother. I accidentally kicked my dog in my excitement. Whoops.
Oh no!
You're a bad person.
I didn't see her under my desk. She is a black dog underneath darkness.
What's her name again?
I'm sorry, Zoe.
Zoe. I thought her name was Zoe.
All right, let's center. Let's center.
I'm
let him
sorry.
finish.
I felt really. I'm also anxious.
As you say that, he kind of brings his head up.
Restoring the Dragon Mother will destroy the weapon.
Then it can't be used again. And the people who created it are no longer in existence.
He lifts his foot and he slams it on the ground twice. You hear shattering, but you don't see any shattering as the ground starts to crack underneath. I mean, sorry, you do see shattering. You see the ground starts to crack underneath and the pieces start to fall away. However, they fall away and they just vanish. They don't actually fall anywhere as they start to fade out. The ground itself is still solid. It's just crystal clear. You are looking into a field of stars below you. An impossible distance below you, you see a small pedestal on a platform floating in the middle, surrounded by planets. And an impossible distance beyond that, you see, taking up an impossible amount of your vision, 2 dragons. They seem asleep as they slowly spin opposite each other. One brilliant silver, the other dark with 5 heads, each a different color.
Return to me when the time is right. I will protect her until then.
Of course. Let's go. Saldana, still facing it, and she's just taking a few slow steps, waiting for everyone else to catch up.
Nathan is going to bow very deeply to the Guardian.
It's a little disconcerting to be walking on glass above a field of stars.
Mags
Looking up.
Mags's tail is wrapped around Nathan's arm extremely tight.
Saldana's like, I discovered I had vertigo today. Who knew?
She always did.
All the worms start to slow down and actually part and allow you to walk back up, coming down to below you as you start to walk up.
Guardian.
Yes.
One question that we have not asked. What is your name?
Guardian.
That fits, okay.
It's fair, yeah.
It is the names the traitors gave me. But it is the name I chose as well.
Strong name.
Syl is probably the last to start moving away. And she calls up to the Guardian.
Thank you for your guidance. As much as I like to think it, I know I'm probably unworthy to think of you as kin, but thank you.
Tell me, have our people broken the chains of the traitors?
Yes, they have. We have. We are a free people.
Then why have they not returned?
I don't think they knew how or where to go, but that will change.
I await their arrival.
Syl will bow to the Guardian.
Pip has one more question, sorry.
Gosh, Pip, ruining a moment.
She's
It was a beautiful moment. Pip was just wondering, do you know where the mountain might be?
I do not know anything beyond my realm.
Well, the mountain lives on Lamina Island, so it is...
My realm is not Lavin Island.
Oh, okay. Is this
My realm are these
Whoa.
halls.
Okay.
Do you speak to Elimir Aruna?
I speak at them.
Tell them that Kalinda has her eyes on what she desires. She would want me to tell her that. Something like that. I don't know. Thank you. And he'll stand up and begin to back away, bowing.
bowing every few feet.
You guys start to make your
Big
way
fan.
up.
Big fan. Sorry.
You make your way up and you make your way out. As you get back up into that last room, the first room that you came into, all of the statues have moved to either side of the room, leaving a path down the center.
Syl sort of mutters to herself with a smile.
See you soon.
Waves at the room before leaving it.
Nathan is now holding Magdalena as if she was a human baby, and her head is over his, like leaning against his back. He's kind of cradling her, and he's just kind of got this very, oh, Jesus Christ look on his face.
You guys start to make your way out of the cavern and then into the crater, and then you start to make your way out of the crater back to Horus. You get to the top of and I can only remember that because that's stupid pun now. You get to the top of the edge And as you're just about to move into the tree line, you look across to the opposite side of the crater, and you see a chicken hut stopping and starting to walk down into the crater.
Fuck.
It stops about a quarter of the way down and just perches. Squatting down, almost looks like it belongs there.
We'll worry about her another time. I think we already have the Guardian on our side.
Oh, Pip is worried about her now.
Yeah.
I am too, but
So is Nathan.
I think we need more of us to deal with her.
Indeed. Well, I don't want... We have what we needed in a way. As long as we know. Information. And a very, very powerful creature on our side. I hope. Sorry for just telling it what we were doing. I just felt like the right thing to say after the vision that I had from Ball.
It was.
Syl pulls out her sketchbook and tries to sketch a very, very rudimentary outline of what that crater looks like, just so that she has a record of it.
As you guys get back to the area where the rope trick exists, Horace comes back down, pulls down his rope. Are we ready to go?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
Now that you have been here once, can you come here again? Is it
This exact spot? Yes, I've been studying it a lot. I drew some drawings, and I made sure that I understood this place very well.
Because
I
the
bring
toe
some
is
dirt
gone.
from here as well.
The toe is very gone.
It was a toe. Okay.
It's
It's very good to know.
Sure.
Are we ready to go?
Ready.
Yes.
Excellent. And he starts to cast teleport, having you all huddle in next to him again. As things start to fade out, Connor, for a brief flash of a moment, you are standing in a frozen field. And you hear, "It's almost time." And then you are back with the others, having teleported back home. Well, back to your camp. And the magnificent mansion, which has 100 servants, which takes care of you every day. So, Nathan, it's like being home.
I literally have never. I haven't had servants since I was
I know.
15 years old. You shut the hell up.
Probably about
Sultana.
right for Sultana.
Sultana, yeah, that's just
Yeah.
He hasn't had servant since he was 15.
It's not like being from a race of people that were enslaved their entire existence.
Slave
That's
or
not my
servant,
business.
whatever.
Just kidding.
So that is where we're going to leave that. Anybody have any last minute, very important thing they need to do? Very important. Very important.
I just want to say fuck.
Okay.
That seemed very
That was
important.
pretty important.
Connor,
That was very, very important.
Connor drinks himself unconscious.
Yeah.
That's a mood.
Pip is going to stand on some sort of basin and shake out as much of his fur as he possibly can, because if there's any air shale dust in his fur, he wants to make sure that he gets all of it.
Okay.
Because it's
Primeheart goes to Callie and using his bag of holding begins to pull out pieces of air shale and essentially begins to go through the entire story of what they experienced, just trying to be as eloquent as possible.
And then they fucked. Okay. And that's going to be the end of that. So thank you guys.
Thanks for that really pleasant ending, Logan.
You're welcome. Really, you think they didn't after that?
I took your ending and substituted with Zach's.
There you I'm sorry.
We didn't even know
I
airshell
want
lube.
to know who fucked.
We didn't even know airshell lube was a thing before this session.
It makes the moments just magical.
That's the worst thing you could have said out loud.
Is
Here,
that
I will make the ending more pleasant by saying that Syl takes all the airshell that she got out of her bag and she just sleeps surrounded by it that night.
And Saldana makes sure that Connor doesn't drink too much to
Turns
get himself
Connor
killed.
onto his side
Yep,
so that
keeps him. Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
choke on his own.
All right, so please come along with us as we go raid one of our favorite people, Torn Pixie.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Torn Pixie's playing D&D right now, it looks like, so that's good. Let's go say hi throughout the We Are Nerdsmith. Let them know where you come from. I'm sure they'll know. But let them know anyway. You just have a wonderful night, and we'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. PST, not Connor. But welcome back, Connor. We really appreciate you being able to join us again.
It's good to be back,
we
guys.
look
Thanks.
forward to finally resolving your plot line and getting that back going. So,
Given that we are in a fate-touched island, yeah.
oh yeah, that's the only reason it worked. So we'll see you guys later, and have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.